All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day to everybody out there. And welcome to our reading of the 1995 masterpiece. I don't care what you say. Batman Forever, directed by Joel Schumacher. R.I.P. We have an incredible cast here tonight. We have, first of all, Jessica doing scene description to my left, at least from this perspective. She's also playing Leather, aka Spice in the movie. We also have, of course, Travis. I'll say anything, Travis, as Batman, Crusader himself. Also Bruce Wayne. I just spoiled the surprise. We have Jeremy, of course, as his loyal butler, Alfred Pennyworth. We have Rudy as a whole bunch of people, including Dr. Burton, the doctor at Arkham Asylum. Wonder where they got that last name, Dr. Burton. We also have Eric as Commissioner Gordon, who in these movies doesn't do much, but he's still there. So thanks for being here, Eric. We have Paul, of course, playing a lot of people as well, including Fred Stickley, aka the Riddler's boss, who meets an untimely fate, played by Ed Begley Jr. in the movie. We have a great actor playing that because Ed Begley Jr. is a great actor. We have Kate playing Dr. Chase Meridian, played by Nicole Kidman in the movie, as we were talking about earlier. She's very thirsty for Batman in this movie, as we all are. We have Logan down there playing Two-Face himself, Tommy Lee Jones, who cannot sanction Jim Carrey's buffoonery. And I get the feeling Logan's going to feel the same way about me. And then last but not least, we have Hunter playing Dick Grayson, better known as Robin. And then I'll be playing Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler. And yeah, I think that's it. So Jessica, whenever you're ready to go, let's do it.
Here, Arkham Asylum, night. A castle of shadow, rain, howling evil wind. Suddenly, lightning cracks, illuminates the age structure, the hanging metal sign. Interior asylum corridors, night. Dr. Burton, the chief psychiatrist, moves down the old hallway, face tense. He steps through a doorway into interior maximum security, night. Security cells. Criminal maniacs sealed behind protective casings. A guard stands behind a heavy door.
Hell of a night, huh, Doc?
Hell's in here.
Hydraulics hiss. The cell door unseals. Interior secure isolation cell. Small. Walls, ceiling, floor, padded. A single window casts the room in pallid moonlight. A figure sits in shadow, bound by the wraps and ties of a straitjacket, gaze fixed out the window. Lightning flashes, brightening the room. Thunder cracks.
Mr. Dent.
No answer. Burton steps closer.
Counselor.
Still nothing. Another step.
Harvey.
Burton reaches out towards the figure.
Harvey, are you all right?
Burton touches his shoulder. Lightning flashes as the body whips around. An orderly, gagged, sits bound to the chair with bed sheets. The sheets around the chair have been rigged. Now they yank him up so he spins frantically from the ceiling fan. Lightning flashes again, illuminating a madman's scrawled writing on the wall. Writing close. The bat must die. Thunder. Exterior Gotham City skyline. Sunset. Fall. Gothic towers of granite and glass shimmer golden in the late day sun. Move in towards the city as an executive helicopter. Crosses frame. Through the window, Bruce Wayne, still handsome but a few lines starting to show, sits watching a seat-back video screen. Continue in over Gotham Harbor towards the skyline as a newscaster talks.
And in Gotham City, ex-District Attorney Harvey Dent escaped from Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane.
Closer on a single building, its power generated by a small but mighty dam below. A glowing sign reads Wayne Enterprises.
Dent, once Gotham's leading contender for mayor, was horribly scarred during an indictment hearing over a year ago.
Hold on a single window. Move in. Interior, Bruce Wayne's office. Elegant, oak. A wall monitor runs the same newscast. Insert screen. Dent questions a crime boss on the stand. A thug throws a vial of acid towards Harvey, searing half his face.
Dent, whose left brain was damaged during the assault, launched a grisly crime spree before being captured by the Batman. He is extremely dangerous. Repeat.
Wider, Bruce Wayne enters, his Armani suit the only thing fresh about him, followed by a sudden stream of executives, secretaries, assistants, and Gotham Society matrons.
The solar generator tests are back.
Great. Could you wait a second?
The mayor's office called again.
Who are you taking? Who are you asking to the circus?
5 minutes to your inspection.
Stop.
Everybody freezes.
Okay. I want you all to just stand here for 15 seconds. Okay? 15. Everybody got it?
Folks nod.
Good. Nobody move. Now.
And with that, Bruce turns and walks out.
I gotta give myself a raise.
Interior, Wayne Enterprises, Electronics Division, Twilight. Endless workspaces stretching into infinity. Bruce, a junior executive entourage trailing, tours an assembly line where robotic arms weld laser tools. Fred Stickley, a fuss budget plant manager, leads.
Your weekly inspections are a departmental highlight.
Really? You all need to get out more.
Crane up, high over the factory floor, across acres of assembly lines and workstations. Angle down on interior Edward Nigma's workstation, continuous. A clutter of computer parts, paperwork everywhere, Rubik's Cubes, games, dozens of puzzle books, all boasting the green-suited caricature of the guesser. Monitor, close, a crossword puzzle. Features reflect over the acrostic. The two images resolve into one, the face itself is a puzzle. Reverse angle. Edward Nigma, awkward, brilliant, and feverishly anxious, stares up the screen, talking to himself.
We'll probably go to the house for dinner. Yes. Yes, maybe he'll throw a little party in my honor.
Suddenly, Edward bangs his head against the desktop, hard. A brief window on the inner Edward, all insecurity and self-loathing.
Idiot. I should have rented a tuxedo. Relax. I'm sure Wayne Manor has extra. After all, we're almost the same size.
The opposing wall is a shrine to Bruce Wayne. Newspaper headlines, a GQ cover, magazine photos, approaching commotion.
Oh my God, it's him.
Interior Wayne Enterprises break area. Workers greet the boss. Bruce is friendly, welcoming. Edward appears at the edge of the group. Stickley spots Edward. A cloud crosses his face.
Well, Mr. Wayne, on to R&D.
Stickley rests his hand on Wayne's elbow, begins to steer him away. Not in time. Edward steps forward, a man so uncomfortable his very skin seems to be a costume. He marches right up to Wayne, takes his hand, fawning, the burning eyes of a sycophant.
Mr.
Bruce Wayne, in the flesh.
I'm pretty sure I'm Bruce Wayne, and you are...
Nigma, Edward Nigma. You hired me personally, just like I tell everyone. Well, we've never actually met, but your name was on the hiring slip.
He still hasn't let go of Bruce's hand.
I'm gonna need that hand back, Ed.
What? Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry. It's just that you're my idol. And some people have been trying to keep us apart.
Mr. Nigma, you'll forgive me for being rude, but what exactly is on your mind?
Precisely. What's on all our minds? Brainwaves. The future of Wayne Enterprises is brainwaves. It's hard to imagine anyone more awkward. I don't think that's me. I think that's the scene description.
Aye.
Oh, that's part of the line?
It's hard to imagine anyone more awkward. The effect is painful. Folks stare, mouths wide. Yeah, we can just keep going.
I really do apologize, Mr. Wayne. His project was terminated this morning.
Let me ask you something, Bruce. What is man's greatest tool?
A few of the women snicker. For a second, Edward's face twitches, a crack in the facade.
Man's greatest tool is the mind.
Edward gestures to his cubicle, a rat's nest cluttered with components of his Rube Goldberg-like invention.
Voila! While holographically enhancing any TV picture, my invention connects directly to the viewer's brain, puts the audience inside the show. Think of the entertainment problems we can solve.
I can think of a couple of problems that need solving right here.
A few more folks chuckle. Edward looks around. Another ripple of anxiety. Another quick recovery.
Why be brutalized by an uncaring world? My RES box will give Joe Q Public a realm where he is king. Not that someone like you would need it. Someone so intelligent, witty, charming, but for the lonely, the
Paranoid? The psychotic?
box can change their lives. Our stock coupons will spike.
Edward turns, actually claps Stickley on the back.
Hell, might even bring old Stickley here a few extra bucks, huh, Fred?
Fred?
Bruce takes off his glasses, rubs his eye in vague disbelief, cleans the lenses.
Wayne Enterprises will spearhead an entertainment revolution.
Edward removes his glasses, cleans them in exactly the same manner as Bruce.
Just need a bit of additional funding for human trials. Let me show you.
Bruce seems about to speak when suddenly the bat signal beams bright against the night clouds over Gotham City.
Maybe some other time.
I want you to know we'll be full partners in this, Bruce. What talks we'll have late into the night. Now, I'm not used to business travel, so go easy on me. As for recognition, I'm sure after a time I'll get used to it. Look at us, two of a kind.
Edward is suddenly aware of dozens of coworkers all around him, snickering and whispering.
Bruce?
Bruce's eyes dart again toward the back signal.
Call my secretary. She'll set something up. Factory looks great, folks. Keep up the good work.
Wait, you can't go.
We'll talk some other.
No, do not leave me, my invention. I need you.
Edward has grabbed Bruce's arm. The room goes dead quiet. Bruce's eyes narrow, then he dislodges quietly.
I'm sorry, Edward. Just feels a bit like mind manipulation. It raises too many question marks.
Bruce heads off.
All right, everyone, back to work. We'll discuss this later.
Edward stares after Bruce.
You were supposed to understand.
Hold on this tiny man, all alone in his labyrinthian workplace, eyes darkening now with growing obsession.
I'll make you understand.
Interior, Bruce Wayne's private office. Bruce enters.
Lock.
The door, closed, locks. Bruce falls into a leather chair.
Capsule.
Suddenly, the chair seat drops fast, sliding into a transport capsule. Interior transport tunnel. The capsule shoots through the underground tunnel, lights whipping past at near supersonic speed. Interior capsule. Speed and time readouts appear on the wide screen behind the craggy face of Alfred Pennyworth.
Alfred.
I saw the signal, sir. All is ready.
Interior Batcave costume vault. Alfred watches the capsule arrive. Quick cuts of glove, boot, and cape being donned. Interior Batcave. Follow Batman's feed as he steps up to the Batmobile.
I suppose I couldn't convince you to take along a sandwich.
Batman jumps into the Batmobile.
I'll get drive-through. Go.
The car shoots a whitish blue light from under its belly. Hubcaps and detailing glow as the Batmobile zooms out of the cave. Interior cave access tube. The car shoots through a series of underground arches. The car picks up speed, the blue-white fusion drive going blue, then purple, then red. The single Batwing splits into two as the car becomes a stealth bullet. Exterior, Wayne Estate, night. The dark car whips through a holograph of trees that mask the entrance to the Batcave, screeching onto exterior forest roads, night. The car speeds towards Gotham. Angle outside the window on the bat signal, cutting the darkness. Pull back to reveal interior second bake of Gotham's 22nd floor, night. A worried thug peers at the bat signal out the skyscraper window. Across a narrow abyss stands a skyscraper under construction, all girders and scaffolding. In foreground, a spinning silver dollar flips into frame, blocking out the bat signal.
That should show any minute, face.
A hand catches the coin, flips it again, wider. Witness the rakishly handsome profile of Harvey Two-Face Dent, the other side of his face hidden in shadow.
You, sport. Any thoughts? Counting on the badass to rescue you?
Pull back to reveal a security guard laying on the floor, wrists and feet bound, trembling with fear.
We sure are.
gonna kill me?
Might not. You could say we're of two minds of the subject.
I got family, please.
What do you say we flip for it?
Two-Face shoves the silver dollar under the guard's nose. One side shines in mint condition.
What could be fairer than a random toss of an honest coin? Life
The other side bears deep, disfiguring burns.
or death?
Please, I swear I won't say nothing.
The coin wants to decide.
Two-Face flips. The coin spins, gleaming, lands on the floor only inches from the guard's face. Two-Face stomps the coin, winks at the sweating guard.
Oh, exhilarating, isn't it? The suspense, sudden death, a new lease on life really makes a man live in the moment.
Two-Face removes his foot, unblemished side up.
You're in luck. You get to live for another day.
The guard sobs with relief. Harvey's thugs grumble. Two-Face folds his jacket into a pillow, places it under the guard's head, now the nicest crook in the world.
That floor's got to be very hard. Is that better?
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Face.
Oh, just call me Harvey. Can we get you a sandwich? A soft drink? Given all the trouble we caused you, how about we cut you in for a share at tonight's haul?
Face, for crying out loud. You're not gonna pay him.
Two-Face turns on thug number 2 with a vengeance, shooting out a hand that pins the fellow's throat to the wall.
Did we ask for your opinion? The coin toss has rendered its verdict. The man has a family to take care of. You have a problem with that?
We now see for the first time the left half of his face, hideously repulsive, an acid-eaten mutilation of flesh.
Oh, no, Face. Anything you say.
Exterior, Pan Asia Town, street, night. Sweeping spots, SWAT teams, police wagons. Commissioner Gordon, 50s, a man who's seen enough pain for a lifetime, stands in his trademark trench coat, lighting a cigarette. Beside him stands a beautiful, professionally dressed young woman, Dr. Chase Meridian. High above, the Batmobile screeches to a stop on a pedestrian bridge. The bat signal is suddenly obscured, flows for a moment into the shape of Batman's cape as the Dark Knight leaps down past the spotlight, lands face to face with Chase.
Hot entrance.
Batman turns, all business, as he speaks to Gordon.
Two-Face.
2 guards dead. He's holding the 3rd hostage. Didn't see this one coming.
We should have, though.
The men turn to face her.
$2 million waiting to be transferred from the Second Bank of Gotham on the 22nd. How could Harvey, Two-Face, resist?
And you are?
Batman, I'd like you to meet.
Chase Meridian.
I asked Dr. Meridian to come to Gotham to consult on this case. She specializes.
Dual personalities, abnormal psychology, Washington's poster child for the criminally insane. I read your work.
I'm flattered. Not every girl makes a superhero's night table. You might have some interesting insights into Two-Face.
What's that?
Let's just say I could write a hell of a paper on a grown man who dresses like a flying rodent.
Bats aren't rodents, Dr. Meridian.
I didn't know that. See? You are interesting. And call me Chase. By the way, do you have a first name or do I just call you Bats?
May I remind you that we have a psychopathic murderer on the loose here?
A titanic boom rocks the night. Searchlights race up the skeletal skyscraper to reveal a giant crane and wrecking ball. The wrecking ball smashes again into the bank building. Interior, Bank of Gotham, night. The already crumbling wall behind Two-Face explodes. Two-Face checks his watch, unfazed, as the giant wrecking ball crashes into the room within inches of the villain.
And on schedule.
Two-Face's men scramble to the hole, attach chains to exterior construction site, night, continuous, an even thicker chain dangling 30 stories from the roof on the construction site. Follow the chain up as it yanks tight, revealing a Black Hawk helicopter already atop the construction site, perched on steel beams, revving its mighty rotors. A giant winch aboard the Black Hawk starts to haul the safe chain over pulleys up into the cargo hatch. Interior, Second Bank of Gotham, 22nd floor, night. Thug number 1 stares out the window.
The bat's taking the bait. What now?
Harvey flips the coin. Follow the coin as Two-Face snatches it in midair, slaps it on his wrist, bad side up. Angle on Two-Face's left side, scarred, gloating evil.
Last, the bat dies.
The chain suddenly yanked the safe toward the hole in the wall. Thug 2 gestures to the guard on the floor.
What about him?
Kill him too.
Thug number 2, grinning, draws a gun from his waistband.
Wait, you said you'd let me go.
Never heard of a double cross?
A ding from the elevators. The thugs and Harvey all whirl, machine guns coming up, open fire, armor-piercing bullets punching holes in the metal doors, shredding everyone inside. The guard lays bound on the floor. Suddenly, a clamp-ended bat cable drops from above. With a tiny click, the smart clamp hooks onto the guard's wrist bindings. Elevators. Harvey and thugs empty magazines. Reload.
Open sesame.
All stand watching as the now perforated elevator doors slide, jerking, open to reveal an empty elevator. The skylight overhead explodes, and in a rain of glass, Batman drops to the floor with a bat rope. The guard is apparently attached to the bat rope's other end because as the Cape Crusader comes down, the guard shoots up, hoisted fast to the safe rooftop above. Fire doors blow open. 2 SWAT teams burst in, armed for bear.
Police, freeze!
Guess as I had in mind. Boys, party's over.
Two-Face drops a smoke grenade, then he leaps directly out the hole in the wall. His thugs take off after him. Exterior construction site, night, continuous. The thugs come leaping through the hole, using the now rising safe as a springboard to close the windy gap. Roll to safety on the construction site next door. They scatter, begin scaling various beams and girders. Interior bank. SWAT teams race through the smoke in close pursuit, come up short at the edge of the urban precipice. The safe has risen too high now to serve as a springboard, so the cops drop, begin firing across the gap. Suddenly, a dark wing explodes out of the smoke behind them, flying across the abyss. Interior construction site. A thug fires at the figure hurtling towards him. Batman lands on the thug's chest, smashing him to the floor. Suddenly, from above, bullets crack off the girders beside the Cape Crusader's head. Reverse angle, Two-Face glides upward, riding the wrecking ball as it overtakes the safe, shooting down at Batman. Batman starts scaling the scaffolding after Two-Face. He's climbing fast, but Harvey has too great a lead. Batman POV. A motorized gantry is carrying one of the thugs up to the roof. Batman fires a batarang. The bat-shaped clamp bites into the wooden base of the rising gantry. He toggles the launcher into winch mode, is hoisted fast towards the rising gantry above. On the gantry, the riding thug leans down, sees the rising shadow, grabs the bat rope in both hands, and flips over the gantry. On the bat rope, the thug slides fast down to the kicking range, draws back his boot to dispatch Batman. Batman hits a switch on his launcher, increasing the winch speed, shooting him higher, faster. He grabs the thug's foot in his hand, shoves him up so his head cracks against the bottom of the gantry. Batman swings the unconscious thug onto a hanging construction hook, leaves him dangling in midair by his nose ring, hoists himself up onto the gantry. From the scaffolding above, a thug drops to one end of the gantry, nunchuck spinning madly. Behind Batman, another thug drops into frame, drawing a machine pistol. Batman reaches forward, grabs the thug's spinning nunchuck, stunning his face with the wooden sticks. In a single move, Batman spins and lets the weapon fly into the pistol assailant, knocking him flat. Batman POV. Two-Face has reached the chopper. Interior chopper, night. Two-Face climbs into the chopper's cargo bay.
Let's fly.
Exterior gantry, night. Batman sees the helicopter start to rise, pulling the safe overhead along with it. Batman jumps, drops through the abyss between the two buildings, landing on a high-tension wire, close. The wire bends like a bow, shooting Batman like an arrow straight into the air. Batman grabs the rising chain, slides down its links so he is standing atop the safe. He fires a batarang into the bank wall, making an anchor, attaches the bat cable to the hitch atop the safe. Interior helicopter, night. The chopper is straining against Batman's bank-embedded tether. Two-Face looks down in fury.
Man's taking his job much too seriously.
Exterior, top of safe, night. Batman pumps a compartment on his utility belt, and a small delivery mechanism snaps a tiny acetylene torch into his gloved hand. A blue flame ignites. Batman starts to cut the chains. Exterior, construction site, night. Batman's torch slices the last link. Batman reaches up and grabs the winch chain, is jerked suddenly upward with the now untethered chopper as the safe, now freed, swings like a pendulum on its anchor line, arcing straight for the hole in the bank wall from which it was originally drawn. Interior bank building, the safe comes flying through the hole, sliding across the floor and slamming back into place before the bewildered faces of the SWAT team. Interior helicopter, night. Two-Face stares out the side of the chopper.
That was our money.
Two-Face grabs the controls from the pilot.
He wants to play? Fine, let's play.
Two-Face pulls back on the throttle, the chopper shooting straight up into the sky like a rocket. Exterior Gotham City, night. Batman hangs from the chain, trailing the chopper, a wing of shadowy Quicksilver disappearing into the night. Exterior Arkham Square, night, establishing. Gotham's Times Square, tall, narrow, the crawl of bumper-to-bumper traffic, glutted with neon signs and giant animated billboards. The helicopter roars into view. Batman hangs on for dear life as the city rushes past. A series of shots as street folks look up in wonder, sign close for Jinzu knives. A couple of giant hands making fast work of a steak on a smoking barbecue. The chopper swings Batman through the ad, falling blades just missing him, dragging him through the thick smoke. The chopper swings across the square, heading for another sign, close. This time, a tremendous set of clacking teeth turn yellow to white each time the cap lifts off a giant tube of toothpaste. The chopper barrels straight for the opening mouth. At the last moment, the chopper banks, whipping the dangling Batman inside the mouth. The mouth closes on the Caped Crusader. The chopper pulls away, the chain pulling like floss to the closed teeth. Interior, mouth. Batman, still clutching the chain, is flying towards the barricade of closed teeth. Exterior, Arkham Square, mouth sign. Batman smashes through the two front teeth. Batman, close. His face suddenly bathed in an ever-brightening yellow glow. Interior, chopper, Two-Face's POV through the windshield. Dead ahead, another sign. This one is essentially a giant neon sun, the Wayne Tech logo burning bright yellows and reds over the message, Solar, the power of the future. Harvey guns the chopper's engines.
Face!
Exterior, Gotham sky. The chopper blows straight through the nova, neon exploding like stars in all directions. Interior, helicopter. As the pilot in the background regains control of the chopper, Harvey walks to the hold, looks down through the hatch at the dangling chain below. No Batman.
Ah, to be finally rid of that pointy-eared, steroid-eating, rubber-suited, cross-dressing night rat.
Through the windshield, a familiar blue cape falls down over the plexiglass.
Boss?
Harvey spins, drawing his machine pistol.
No!
Too late. Harvey sprays wildly, blowing holes in the windshield and pilot as well. Exterior, helicopter. The cape slides off the windshield. Interior, helicopter. The chopper dives. Two-Face staggers towards the pilot's chair. He wrests free the corpse, regains control. A fist smashes through the side window into Harvey's jaw.
Harvey, you need help? Give it up.
Exterior, helicopter. Batman stands on one of the struts, begins trying to climb into the open side of the speeding bird.
Words of wisdom from your ex-friend?
Harvey slams Batman's face with his foot. He goes down.
Mano a batto.
Batman pulls himself back up, grabs Harvey's foot, flips him to the floor, drags him halfway out of the bird.
Surrender.
Been to Arkham, Batman? You feel right at home. You took a year of my life, so I'm here to pay you back. One way out of this waltz. One of us dies.
I won't kill you, Harvey.
Batman gets Harvey by the throat.
Kill? Bullshit. You're a killer too.
Somehow Harvey's words seem to shake Batman a beat. It's all the distraction Harvey needs. He smashes Batman across the face. Batman slips, falls out of sight. Windshield, close. Lady Gotham is coming up fast. Exterior, helicopter. Batman hangs by one hand from the support strut, the bird hurtling towards the giant statue. Interior, helicopter. Harvey locks the club onto the controls, fixing the chopper on its deadly course. Batman hoists himself into the chopper through the open side in time to see Harvey standing over the cargo hatch.
Have the good grace to die. See ya!
With that, Harvey leaps through the cargo hatch. Batman stares frozen in disbelief as Two-Face plummets to the dark water below. Then a sudden flurry of expanding color caught in Lady Gotham's lighthouse beam, and a parachute opens over Two-Face, unfolding into a giant yin-yang. Batman POV. The windshield shatters into the statue. Exterior, helicopter. Lady Gotham, night. The helicopter explodes into the left side of Lady Gotham's face. A tremendous fireball splits the night. Exterior, Gotham sky, night. Batman is falling, still, eyes closed, maybe dead. Flashes of a scream, 2 shots, a pair of roses hit pavement. A boy runs through a storm, a book clutched in his hands. A fall down a narrow stone chute into a cave. A bat, huge, evil, screeching. Two-Face's words over, you're a killer too. Batman falling close. Batman plummets towards the water, his eyes open. Exterior Gotham Harbor continuous. Batman splashes into the harbor, dark, still. Then a familiar cowl breaks the surface, gasping for breath. Batman stares up at the sky. Pan up, Lady Gotham's once beautiful face now burns the night. Interior, Wayne Enterprises night. Dark, save the light from a single cubicle. Interior, Edward's workstation, night. Edward sits hunched over his desk, working on his invention. Sweat beads his brow, lips mumbling furiously.
Many questions. Too many questions.
Edward glances up at the picture of Bruce Wayne.
I'll show you it works.
What the hell is going on here?
Stickley stands before Edward's cubicle, not happy.
Your project is terminated. I'm calling security.
Stickley turns to go. Mistake. Edward cracks Stickley on the head with a coffee pot. Down he goes.
Caffeine-'ll kill ya.
Interior, Edward's cubicle, minutes later. Stickley awakens to find himself strapped in a swivel chair. Edward is placing an elaborate computerized headband over Stickley's head. A small TV hooked into Edward's contraption runs a fishing show.
This won't hurt a bit. At least I don't think it will.
Edward reaches for a small transceiver fused to the TV.
God damn it, you pressed that button and I'll...
Too late. A green beam explodes from the TV screen, engulfing Stickley. In the beam, a small holographic representation of the fisherman reeling in a prize bass. Stickley POV. As far as Fred is concerned, he's on the shore. The fisherman's catch slapping in his face. The TV signals begin to waver and tremble.
Losing resolution. More power.
He increases the power toggle. Backfire. A sudden white light shoots back into the TV and up, surrounding Ed. Stickley close. His eyes dull, glaze over. Edward close. The effect on him seems to be quite the opposite. Invigorating. Sexual. The beam flares. A tiny nova. Overload. Both men scream. All light vanishes. Edward close. His eyes buried in, his face buried in his hands. Edward peers up from his hands. Look into his eyes. One thing is sure. Edward Nigma has gone power mad. Totally insane.
Fred Stickley, come on down. You're the next contestant on I Want Your Brain. Nigma, your machine has unexpected side effects. A feedback loop has caused your brain to absorb Stickley's neural energy. Stickley, I've had a breakthrough. And a breakdown? Maybe. Nevertheless, I'm smarter. Hell, I'm a genius. More than a genius. Several geniuses. Genie.
Ed rises, babbles a dazed Fred's lips with his finger.
Yo, Charlie, give me an order of brain deep fry. Extra well done. Hold the neurons. Patient exhibits symptoms of psychoneural overload. Notation. Obviously, higher settings can be dangerous to the subject. Riddle me this, Fred. What is everything to someone and nothing to everyone else? Your mind, of course. And now mind pumps with the power of yours. New from Brainbach to pump. Think faster. Reason higher. Outcognate every homie on the court of life. To pump. Yeah. Oh, Mark, I sense an odd penchant for the anagrammatic, the acrostic, the cryptographic. What doth this bode? Answer me, Marcuccio, you little runt. Fred, I must confess you are a wonderful appetizer, simply divine. But now I yearn for a meal of substance, the main course. A wide and varied palate. Ah, to taste the mind of a hero, a nobleman, a poet. A chick in a short skirt wouldn't be so bad either. What's that, Fred?
You're fired. You're fired. You understand? Fired.
I don't think so.
Edward savagely sends Stickley careening across the slick floor, still strapped to the swivel chair. Stickley heads straight for the huge round window. Edward seems like he has regrets as he dashes after Stickley. The chair smashes through the round window. It teeters on the edge of the building, dam and rushing water below. Stickley is being held on the precipice by the long wire attached to his headband. It is really only this that Edward came to save. Edward.
Fred, babe, you are fired. Or should I say, terminated.
He yanks the invention from Stickley's head and he crashes below to certain death. Ed races back to his cubicle.
Question marks, Mr. Wayne?
He stands staring at the picture of Bruce Wayne.
My work raises too many question marks?
In a frenzy, Edward begins tearing up the magazines lying on his desk, ripping out individual words, pasting them quickly onto a blank piece of paper.
2 years. 3.5762% of my estimated lifespan toiling for your greater glory and profit.
He smashes the framed GQ cover of Bruce on the floor.
Well, let me ask you some questions, Mr. Smarter Than Thou. Why are you so debonair, successful, richer than God? Why should you have it all and not me? Yes, you're right. There are too many questions, Bruce Wayne.
Edward stomps on the picture, pulverizing the glass.
Like, why hasn't anybody put you in your place? And it's time you come up with some answers, starting right now.
A series of images over a scream, shots, roses fall to the pavement. A young boy stands staring into a parlor where two coffins rest. Thomas and Martha Wayne. Dead leaves whip through the hallway. Small hands touch a leather-bound book. Suddenly the pages are splattered with blood. Wind blows out two flickering candles. The boy runs through a dark, stormy night, the book clutched in his hands. He slips, a sinkhole. A fall down a narrow chute. The boy lands in a dark cave. A giant monarch bat, fangs bared, screeches towards us.
You're a killer too.
Interior Wayne Manor, Bruce's bedroom, morning. In his bed, Bruce wakes, trying to blink away the images. Alfred draws the curtains, welcoming rich autumn sun.
The dreams again, sir.
I think they're getting worse.
It's a wonder you sleep at all.
As Bruce sits up, Alfred notices a fresh set of bruises.
What a marvelous shade of purple.
Bruce shoots him a look.
Really, sir, if you insist on trying to get yourself killed each night.
Alfred picks up Bruce's carelessly tossed bath suit from the floor, ripped, dented, punctured.
Would it be a terrible imposition to ask you to take better care of your equipment?
Then you'd have nothing to complain about.
Hardly a worry, sir.
Alfred brings a robe, holds it out for Bruce.
Commissioner Gordon phoned. There's been an accident at Wayne Enterprises.
Interior Wayne Enterprises, morning. As the window is replaced in the background, Edward Nigma stands sobbing before the head of personnel. With augmented brain power apparently comes augmented acting ability.
Why? Oh, why? I can't believe it. 2 years, working in the same office, shoulder to shoulder, cheek to cheek. We're talking face, by the way, and then this. I found this in my cubicle. You'll find the handwriting matches his exactly, as does sentence structure and spelling. I couldn't possibly continue on here. The memories. I'll just get my things.
Another angle. Edward slips out a side door, quickly avoiding Bruce and Gordon as they walk towards Bruce's office.
Question everyone who worked on the floor. Computer records show no one going in or out after Stickley.
Computer records can be forged. I'll have my people pull up the...
A cop hands Gordon the forged note.
Suicide. With all due respect, leave the police work to us. We'll be in touch.
As the commissioner exits, Bruce heads into his office, followed by his secretary, Margaret. Interior Bruce's office, continuous.
The Society Matrons of Gotham have called a record 32 times, not to mention the press. I think that if they don't know soon who you plan to take to the charity circus, the world will most surely come to an end.
Bruce notices an envelope on his desk.
What's this?
I don't know. I didn't see anyone.
No postmark, no stamp.
Bruce opens the envelope. Letter, close. A photo of Bruce. Below, letters cut out from newspapers and magazines read, Riddle number 1, to be written. Signed, The Riddler. Bruce raises an eyebrow.
The Riddler. Why can't anyone in this town have a normal name?
Phone rings. Bruce hits a switch and a desk video phone lights into life. Alfred.
Channel 12, sir.
Bruce presses a button and Alfred's image shrinks to a small box in the corner, superimposed atop of TV picture. On screen, a talk show in progress. A radiant black host, Vondell Millions, talks in a panel of experts.
Joined us, we're talking about the mutilation of Lady Gotham caused late last night by Batman.
Excuse me?
Will take up to 9 months to repair. Today's topic, Batman. Crime fighter or criminal?
How about Two-Face? Anyone here heard of him?
The shot widens to reveal the panel. On screen, our first expert, Dr. Janislaus Royce.
Batman is a major cause of crime in Gotham. So-called supervillains seek him out, hoping to prove themselves in violent conflict. Batman does not deter crime, he invites it.
I'm sure our audience objects to your gender bias. Bat person.
The second expert pipes in, Dr. David Ames.
What is the Dark Knight's credo? Batman does not kill? What of those slain during his fight with Jack Napier, aka the Joker, or in this Christmas conflict with the orphan Cobblepot? Batman belongs behind bars, not his morally disadvantaged victims.
Bullshit.
Wider, Chase sits at the end of the panel.
What did you say?
Which part of the word didn't you understand?
Watching, Bruce sits a little straighter, more hopeful.
I could like this woman.
Batman is a reaction to the crime in the city, not a creator of it. Without him, many more would be dead. Batman is a true hero.
Hey, Doc. Got the hots for Batman?
Hoots and hollers from the audience. Chase close. Busted. On screen, a graphic. Batman, crime fighter or criminal?
What do you think? Call us at 55.
A hand reaches up and snaps off the TV. The screen goes black to reveal a reflection in the glass. Two-Face. Pull back to reveal interior Two-Face's hideout. Day. Two-Face turns away, disgusted.
Batman, Batman, Batman. God, we want that man's blood on our hands.
Wider. Leather sits to one side of Harvey. Ruby lipstick, tight leather outfit, a choker and spikes, razor blade earrings, stroking a muzzled black Doberman. Oh, you are most obscene, my frightful grotesque. Another set of arms entwined Two-Face. Lace, a submissive blonde in Victoria's Secret. Lacy best nuzzles his good side. Pets a white kitten.
Don't listen to your every girl's dream.
Waste Dorothy and Toto here. You and me can get down to business. Harvey slaps Leather hard. Harder, baby. Hit me again.
No.
Sadist. He now turns to Lace, caresses her face gently. Widen to reveal Two-Face's hideaway, divided straight down the middle. Lace's half is all light and order. Leather's domain looks like an S&M club.
Too many bats to fry to think about fun. We want to take him apart by hyperextended limb. Feel his bones crunch in our hands. Beat him until he's black and blue in that ridiculous rubber suit.
Without thinking, Harvey steps over to Laceland. His demeanor instantly changes, now more reasoned and calm.
On the other hand, perhaps something slow, a delicious incursion of despair, a campaign to shatter his psyche and bring him crumbling to his knees.
He wanders back across to Leatherland.
Hell, why wait? Rupture his organs, shatter his spine. Still have time for a late dinner.
Back in Laceland.
Look, simple murder, it's too damn simple. Besides, no, it's been done. No, we need a plan.
Back to Leatherland.
But something senseless, brutal, savage, violent.
Back to Laceland, stopping to add.
And yet witty.
Exterior, Wayne Manor, night. Edward pedals a bicycle down a service road towards Wayne Manor, an envelope jutting from his shirt pocket. Interior, Batcave, night. Alfred stands over at a cage of bats, a handheld scanner producing distance readings. Bruce sits for his master console.
How's the sonar coming, Alfred?
A few hitches, sir, but I'm confident we'll have a prototype in no time.
It'll never work.
I believe you said the same thing about the Batmobile.
The doorbell rings. Alfred disappears upstairs. Bruce over the shoulder. Bruce works a keyboard, manipulating the images on various screens. Screen number 1 plays the CNN story of Two-Face. Screen 2 replays the Vondell Williams show. Screen 3 runs news footage of Chase. As Alfred returns, Bruce flicks the Chase screen, a list of psychiatric texts scrolling past her portrait.
Scholarly research?
He has an excellent mind.
If I misinterpreted your interest in the lady, I humbly apologize.
I wonder if she'd go out with me.
Apology hastily retracted.
Bruce freezes the image of Vondell Williams over the familiar graphic. Batman, crime fighter, or criminal?
They don't understand. They think I became Batman to fight crime.
back, closes his eyes, his past never far.
Do you remember the night I fell into that cave and the bat chased me?
Your parents' wake? Rain fell like tears.
The night Batman was born. What was I doing in the fields that night, Alfred? What sent me running out into that storm? I keep dreaming about it, but I just can't remember.
I don't know, sir. Your dear parents suddenly gone, so much loss.
I remember the bat, though his scream, those eyes, I was sure the fear would kill him. In time, I came to believe that if I became a monster, that if I was feared, I wouldn't be scared anymore. I was wrong. They think I became Batman to fight crime. I became Batman to fight the fear, and instead I became the fear.
Alfred hands him an envelope.
Perhaps it's time you paid a bit more attention to Bruce Wayne. There was no one at the door, just this.
Within riddle number 2, his expression darkens. Exterior, ugly tenement, bad neighborhood, night. Sounds of pounding. Interior, hallway outside Edward's apartment, night. The source of the pounding, Mrs. Lucertola, Ed's middle-aged, no bullshit landlady.
You want to cough up your rent? Or do I post an eviction notice?
Yes. Lock's turn. The door opens a crack. Edward peeks out.
Ah, Mrs. Lucertola, what a surprise. Come in. I was just sitting down to write the check.
Interior, Edward's apartment, night. Mrs. Lucertola barges inside, then stops, aghast. Her POV, 5 people might live here. Sports magazines, stock market tickers, half-completed paintings and sculptures, blueprints. In the corner, an old circus booth containing a mannequin. Oh, that's not how you spell that. A mannequin of the green-clad, can-wielding guesser.
What is it exactly you do, Mr. Nigma?
My dear Miss Lucertola, Italian, isn't it? For lizard, how fitting. I think the question better asked is, what is it that I don't do?
Ed guides Mrs. Lucertola to a sofa before the TV.
Most recently, I have devised a way to change the destiny of mankind and the world as we know it, all in my favor, of course.
The rent, Nigma.
Might I persuade you to take a seat on this couch to indulge me in a little experiment?
He shoves her down.
Hey, I got no time for this.
Edward clamps a new streamlined headband on her head.
Showtime.
He clicks on the TV, an evening soap.
My favorite story.
Atop the TV sits a small box, the next generation of his remote VAT simulator.
Yes, TV. Balm to the minds of the masses, the great deadener. If only it were more lively. But wait, I can help.
He hits a switch on the box and the familiar beam engulfs his landlady, the holographic image of the screen's kissing couple now hovering in mid-air before her.
Oh my lord.
Not quite, but I'm getting there.
Mrs. Lucertola, POV. She might as well be sitting on the foot of the bed as the two lovers' embrace heats up. Edward waves his hand in front of her eyes. Nothing. The same dazed expression that Stickley wore.
Now this is much better. No pain. Just a little holographic TV to keep your mind off the fact.
Edward plants an electrode on his forehead.
But I'm taking your mind. Not your thoughts, mind you, just your neural energy, simply sucking some IQ points, as it were.
A green-blue aura forms around Edward's head.
His intelligence jumps. Miss Lizard, don't know it, the crowd goes wild. Boys, I want one of these babies in every home. It's the new information superhighway, and pay attention now, kids. I'm the on-ramp. From their brains to the TV to my brain, with no commercial interruptions. There are 7 million brains in the naked city, and they're all mine.
Exterior Municipal Police Complex day. Gothic. Are active. Bruce enters the complex. Interior Police Complex. Chase's office. Comfortable. Well appointed. Degrees on the walls. Chase opens her door to Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Wayne, Chase Meridian.
The sparks he felt from her as Batman don't fly.
How can I help you, Mr. Wayne?
Somebody's been sending me love letters. Commissioner Gordon thought you might give me your expert opinion.
Chase spreads the Riddler letters before her. Bruce taps his fingers absentmindedly as he watches her read.
Psychiatrists make you nervous?
This one's this beautiful.
The
Mhm.
infamous Wayne charm. Does it ever shut off?
On occasion, usually at night.
Bruce stops tapping, examines books on aberrant behavior, the dark side, turns a tiny wicker doll over in his hand.
Still play with dolls, Doctor.
She's a Malaysian dream warden. She stands sentry while you sleep and calms your dreams. Need one?
Me? No. Only things that need calming in my dreams are the Rockettes.
Chase holds his eyes a beat, not buying, but she lets it go, looks back over the letters.
My opinion, this letter writer is a total wacko.
Wacko. That's a technical term?
Patient apparently suffers from an acute obsessional syndrome with potential homicidal styles. Does that work better for you?
So what you're saying, this guy's a total wacko, right?
Exactly.
He notices Batman research on her desk, spots a framed print hanging on the wall, a bat.
You have a thing for bats?
Chase follows his gaze.
That's a Rorschach, Mr. Wayne. People see what they want to see.
Bruce looks back up. In fact, just an ink block, only he saw a bat within its bleeding lines.
I think the question would be, do you have a thing for bats?
So this Riddler, he's dangerous.
What do you know about obsession?
Not much.
Obsession is born of fear. Recall a moment of great terror in your life. Say you associate that moment with a bat. The bat's image becomes a cancer of the mind. It grows more real than your daily life. Can you imagine something like that?
It's a stretch, but I'll manage.
The letter writer is obsessed with you. His only escape may be
to kill me.
You understand obsession better than you let on.
No insights here, Doc. Just trying to get comfortable. Just trying to get comfortable on your couch. Oops, time's up.
That's usually my line.
Look, I'd love to keep chatting, but
Would you? I'm not so sure.
But I'm going to have to get you out of those clothes.
Excuse me?
And into a black dress.
Bruce throws her startled expression his best smile.
Tell me, Doctor, do you like the circus?
Despite herself, Chase smiles back. A sign close, Gotham Hospital Charity Circus. Wider, exterior hippodrome, night. Immense, on the lapping edge of Gotham Harbor. Searchlights sweep the sky. Flags flutter on the hippodrome's oval roof. Limos spill Gotham's finest, the night of the season. Interior center ring, the Flying Graysons, mother, father, and two sons, all wearing colorful red and green outfits with yellow capes race out to greet the crowd. They discard their capes, cartwheel to four guy wires.
Ladies and gentlemen, 70 feet above the ground, performing feats of aerial skill without a net, the Flying Graysons.
The lights dim. Spots follow each Grayson as hoist cables whisk them up to the trapezes and high wire. On the trapeze, Dad and Chris Grayson hang by their knees upside down on opposite trapezes. Mom jumps to Chris's hands, hangs in midair. Chris swings back and forth, building momentum, then sends her to Dad in a poetic double somersault. Below, the hippodrome is packed solid. VIP section. Bruce and Chase in evening finery take their seats amidst a barrage of flashing photographers. The Gotham Society matrons crowd for a photo op.
I'm surprised you aren't blind by now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Chase smiles. The press and matrons disappear. Bruce. Oh, sorry. I think that's a line. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Now we can just sit back and watch the show like normal, folks. Oh, you're good.
Tonight's benefit has raised $2,000 for Gotham Children's Hospital. Let's thank our largest single donor, Bruce Wayne.
Spotlight finds Bruce and Chase. Wild applause.
Like normal folks.
What? This isn't normal.
And now, Richard, the youngest flying Grayson, will perform the quadruple flying somersault.
Dick Grayson, handsome, only happy when he's in flight, jumps to his father's hands, hangs in air. Dick's POV. The world flips dizzying 4 times. Chris catches Dick's hands, shaky. One hand slips free. The crowd gasps. Dick dangles for an instant. Chris hoists Dick to safety in a furious ovation. Chase watches Bruce. He's riveted, eyes like a child.
That kid is amazing.
I don't get you, Bruce Wayne.
Me? I'm easy, especially after a couple of martinis, you know what I'm saying?
The glib cavalier routine, it really is an act, isn't it?
Don't believe it. I'm just skin deep.
But he holds her eyes, and in the smile that passes between them, sweet electricity, maybe something more. The ringmaster stands watching the Graysons' feet. Oh, whoa. Sorry, we had a little earthquake. The ringmaster stands watching the Graysons' feats of aerial wonder. Something catches his eye. A gloved hand extends through the curtain leading backstage, beckons him with a single finger. The ringmaster, close, puzzled, steps out of the ring. Back to Bruce and Chase.
Look, I'm rock climbing Sunday. How about coming along?
Bruce, much to my surprise, you seem like a really great guy.
But
Well, I met someone.
fast work. You just move here? You just moved here?
You could say he kind of dropped out of the sky, and bang, I thought he felt it too.
He sure did.
What?
I said I'm sure he did.
Bruce looks towards center ring. A tiny car, horn honking away, roars into the middle ring and begins dislodging clowns, all tumbling out of the cars and over each other. A new ringmaster steps into the arena, Two-Face.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I do use that term loosely, your attentions, please. Tonight, a new act for your amusement. We call it Massacre Under the Big Top.
His thugs slip out of their clown costumes and seal every exit. They pull machine guns and start shooting over the audience's heads. Panic, screams.
People, show some grace under pressure. A little decorum, please. Shut up!
More machine gun bursts as thugs move into sentry positions at each section of bleachers. Folks quiet.
You may direct your attention.
A thug trains a spot on a crate hung in the rafters.
Inside that box, it's 200 sticks of TNT. And in our innocent hand, a radio detonator.
Two-Face presses a button. Detonator close. A digital countdown. 3 minutes. 2:59. 2:58.
Have 3 minutes.
What the hell do you want?
One simple thing. Batman. Bruised, broken, bleeding, in a word, dead.
Two-Face turns, showing his good side.
Who do we have assembled here before us? Gotham's finest. Rich, influential, smart. One of you must know who Batman is. Hell, one of you pasty-faced twits probably is Batman.
Two-Face spins, offers his evil side.
The bat is surrendered to us post haste. We're off on a proverbial killing spree. Citywide mayhem and murder starting tonight. All you lovely folks, as our very first corpses to be. You have just under 3 minutes.
Bruce, his eyes riveted on the bomb. No secret is worth innocent lives. He stands. Chase, misunderstanding, tries to pull Bruce back. Wider, suddenly everyone jumps up, shout and scream, point towards the rafters. Reverse angle, the Graysons scale the scaffolding, heading for the bomb.
Boys, move! Not in good health these days.
Any thugs not standing sentry fan out, speed up guy wires.
Go. We'll hold them off.
Mom, Dad, and Chris swing from trapeze to guy wire to platform, trying to delay the thugs who are actually well-trained gymnasts. Of course they are. Dick launches himself from trapeze to trapeze, bounces off the high wire, grabs a catwalk, and hoists himself up. Bruce uses the distraction to hop the rail, race through the screaming crowd. The time, close. 1 minute, 3 seconds, 1:02, 1:01. On the trapeze, a thug grabs Dad Grayson by the leg. Dad manages a jump to another trapeze. Mom's not so lucky. A thug punches her off the uppermost platform. She falls in midair. Folks in the audience scream. Bruce moves fast towards one of the sentry thugs. Mom snags a wildly swinging trapeze with one leg, wraps her ankle around a rope hanging over the floor. A thug points to the time clock, 45, 44, 43. The thugs quit the fight, slide down ropes and guy wires. Dad and Chris form a human chain to reach Mom. Dad anchors Chris, who swings out towards Mom. Mom swings her trapeze to gain momentum. In the rafters, Dick has reached the bomb, begins unlashing the crate. On the circus floor, the thugs begin to pour through the trapdoor. A few thrill seekers fire the machine guns over the crowd. The timer close. 15, 14. Make their final swing. Mom lets go and sails gloriously towards Chris. Below them, no net. Bruce taps the watching thug on the shoulder. He spins.
Show's over.
A punch and the guy is out. Bruce starts for Two-Face. Another thug springs up before him, blocking his way. Two-Face stares up at the dangling Graysons. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a familiar coin.
Day in, day out, it always comes down to the same old question. Life or death?
He looks down, scarred side up. He draws his gun.
Our kind of day.
Bruce fells the other thug, starts to sprint across the ring toward Two-Face. At the roof, Dick shoves the hatch open, climbs out. Timer close. 10, 9, 8. Mom spots the pointing gun far below. She screams. Bruce races for the aiming Two-Face. Almost there. Another thug hits him broadside, knocking him flat. Two-Face fires twice, the first bullet cutting, the second severing the rope that holds the Graysons.
Never did like the circus. Too many freaks.
Two-Face disappears down the tunnel. Bruce struggles to his feet. A charge blows below inside the escape hatch, filling the access way with fire. No way out. Clock close. 7, 6. Exterior hippodrome roof. Continuous night. Dick scrambles onto the roof, begins whipping the bomb rope like a sling. Interior hippodrome, continuous night. Clock close. 5, 4, 3. Exterior hippodrome roof, continuous night. Dick lets fly. The bomb soars out through towards the harbor. The bomb, it hits the water, sinks. A beat. The night is split by a funneling explosion. Interior hippodrome night. Dick swings excitedly down onto the catwalk. He freezes at the rail.
No!
Dick close on his face, his life's end. Dick's POV straight down, the dead bodies of his mother, father, and brother. Bruce Wayne stands over them, looking up at the boy. Bruce close, his face a tragic echo of Dick's pain. Exterior, Wayne Manor, next afternoon. A police car heads towards the manor. Dick Grayson, pack on his back, winds his motorcycle up behind the cruiser. Bruce comes out to greet Gordon. Dick, slightly awestruck, dismounts, wanders into the house.
It's good of you to take him in. He's been filling out forms all day. He hasn't even eaten.
Bruce nods, watches Gordon drive off, heads into interior Wayne Manor foyer, late day. As Bruce enters through the open door, Alfred arrives from the other direction.
Welcome, Master Grayson. I'm Alfred.
How you doing, Al?
Al!
Big house. How many rooms?
Gee, I'm not sure. Alfred, how many rooms total?
93, including the sauna.
Take any 3 you like. After you get settled in, we can.
Dick isn't listening, stares instead over Bruce's shoulder as Gordon's cruiser disappears out of sight.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Excuse me?
I figured telling that cop I'd stay here saved me a truckload of social service interviews and goodwill, so no offense, but thanks. See ya.
Dick heads toward the door. Alfred slips away.
Where will you go? The circus is halfway to Metropolis by now.
I got no place at the circus without my family. I'm going to get a fix on Two-Face. Then I'm going to kill him.
Listen, Dick. Killing Two-Face won't take the pain away. It'll make it worse.
Look, spare me the sermons, okay? You're just some rich guy who's trying to do a good deed. You don't even know me.
Bruce stares beyond Dick into his own past.
It's not just the sadness, is it? The shame is worse, feeling like someone you should have saved them.
Dick is looking at Bruce now.
You're right. I don't know you, but I'm like you.
Just then, Alfred returns with a tray, rare London broil, baby potatoes, fresh greens, and aromatic feast.
Oh. Is the young master leaving? Pity. I'll just toss this away then. Perhaps the dogs are hungry.
Alfred turns, heads up the stairs.
I'll set this up in the great suite. Just in case.
Dick follows, led by his nose. Bruce smiles, nods slowly, heads into interior Wayne Library. Bruce touches a vase of fresh roses, stares at a framed photo of Thomas, Martha, and himself, younger, happy, with no knowledge of the future. He turns. Suddenly their coffins are in the middle of the room again, the still corpses white in death. He is a boy. There on the desk, a leather-bound book. Thunder cracks. The front door flies open. An evil wind whips the house. The book is splattered with blood. The window explodes, shattering glass, and out of the darkness flies a huge evil bat.
Master Bruce.
Bruce is sitting in a chair, holding a rose, head down. The images only flashes of memory. Night has fallen. He looks up, eyes red.
Master Bruce. Bruce. Brucey.
Yes, Alfred.
Oh, hey.
Hi. It's happening again. Just like my parents. A monster comes out of the night, a scream, 2 gunshots. I killed them.
What did you say?
He killed them. Two-Face. He slaughtered that boy's parents.
No, you said I. You said I killed them.
Don't be ridiculous.
Suddenly, a pale light through the window illuminates the room, bathes their faces. The bat signal beams in the sky. Interior guest, Dick's bedroom. Dick Grayson finishes eating. He moves into the hallway. The house seems empty.
Hey? Hello? Anybody home?
He's puzzled. Exterior Gotham City street, night. Batman speeds along in the Batmobile. He hits top speed as the car's fusion drive glows red. A giant projector beaming the bat signal on the fast night clouds. Batman leaps from a neighboring roof to find no one, just the huge light and the city wind.
Commissioner.
A shadow appears from behind the searchlight. Chase.
He's home. I sent the signal.
What's wrong?
Last night at the circus, I noticed something about Dent. His coin. He's obsessed with justice. It's his Achilles heel. It can be exploited.
He steps close to her, intimidating.
You called me here for this? The bat signal is not a beeper.
Instead of backing off, Chase moves towards him.
What's a beeper? I wish I could say my interest in you was purely professional.
Hey, Arnold. Are you trying to get under my cap, Doctor?
Your cape, but a girl cannot live by psychosis alone.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car, Doctor.
What is it about the wrong kind of man? In grade school, it was guys with earrings. College, motorcycles, and leather jackets.
Chase is right up against him. She runs her fingers along the outline of Batman's mask.
Now I guess black rubber does it for me.
Well, why wouldn't it? Try a fireman. Less to take off.
I don't mind the work. Pity I can't see behind the mask.
Batman stills her hand.
We all wear masks.
My life's an open book. You read?
I'm not the kind of guy who blends it at a family picnic.
We could give it a try. I'll bring the wine, you bring the scarred psyche.
You are direct, aren't you?
You like strong women. I've done my homework. Or do I need skin-tight vinyl on a whip?
Their bodies are close.
I haven't had much luck with women.
Maybe you just haven't met the right woman.
Their mouths are close.
Touche.
Suddenly, Commissioner Gordon, trench coat over pajamas, rushes onto the roof.
I saw the bacon. What's going on?
Nothing. False alarm.
Batman shoots the batarang into the night and dives from the building.
Are you sure?
Exterior, city part of town, day. Sirens whine as two cruisers fly down a potholed street. Angle on a bridge structure. Interior, Two-Face's hideout, day. The room is dark. Police sirens fade as a trapdoor opens in the floor. Two-Face emerges.
You ever have one of those days where you just want to kill someone?
Riddle me this.
Reverse angle, a mysterious silhouette stands in the dark. Two-Face draws his gun.
The answer is your enemy.
Who the hell are you?
You can just call me the Riddler.
The figure steps out of shadow. A new costume, lime green, covered with question marks, an emerald eye mask, derby and cane, an exact replica of the guesser's outfit.
How'd you find us?
You are Two-Face. You would need to face both rivers, both uptown and downtown simultaneously. Only one spot in Gotham serves these bi-zonal, bi-coastal needs.
Congratulations. You get to die on the Dean's list.
Two-Face trains his gun, cocks the trigger.
Has anyone ever told you you have a serious impulse control problem? You know, I simply love what you've done with the place. Heavy metal with just a touch of house and garden.
He crosses the Leatherland.
Dark and gothic and disgustingly decadent.
He moves to Laceland.
So bright and chipper and conservative. It's so you, and yet so you! You know, very few people are both a summer and a winter, but you pull it off nicely.
Man with a death wish.
Harvey, you need me. Since you've gotten out of Arkham, you've managed what? To bungle stealing a safe? Wreck a statue? And correct me if I'm wrong here, but weren't you outsmarted by an acne acrobat at the circus?
See if you bleed green.
Two-Face cocks back the hammer.
All right, counselor. Go ahead, fire away. But before you do, let me ask you one question. Is it really me you want to kill?
The Riddler knits his thumbs together, waves his hands over one of the exposed light bulbs that illuminate the room, making a shadow on the wall, the shadow of a bat.
Do you know about hate, my dual-visaged friend? Slow, burning hate that keeps you sleepless until late in the night, that wakes you before dawn. Do you know that kind of hate? I do. Kill him. Seems like a good enough idea, but have you thought it through? A few bullets, a quick spray of blood, a fast, thrilling rush, and then what? Wet hands and postcoital depression. Is it really enough? Why not ruin him first, expose his frailty, and then when he's at his weakest, crush him in your hand?
Riddler gestures to the front of the room where Leather and Lace on their respective sides are fixed to their TVs via the green beam of the box. He tosses a receiver electrode to Two-Face.
Take a hit.
Two-Face looks at the electrode curiously.
Up, up, up.
A beat. Then, gun still trained on the Riddler, Two-Face holds the receiver to his skull. He's blasted with a dose of Lace and Leather's neural energy.
Holy shit!
So not everyone can be a poet. Still, I respect the sentiment.
Riddler waves his hand in front of the girl's eyes. No response. Definitely zoned.
This is your brain on the box. This is your brain on their brain.
He plants an electrode on his own forehead.
This is my brain on your brain on their brain. Does anybody else feel like a fried egg?
The Riddler grabs Two-Face's receiver.
No, wait.
Addictive, isn't it? Just say no until I say yes. A little fringe benefit of working with me. Now here's the concept, counselor. Crime. My IQ. Your AK-47. You help me gather production capital so I can produce enough of this to create an empire that will eclipse Bruce Wayne's forever. And in return, I will help you solve the greatest riddle of all. Who is Batman?
Two-Face eyes the Riddler, interest dawning in his eyes.
You're a very strange person. Speak as if we're old friends, which we are not. You barge in here unarmed when it is clearly suicidal to do so. Still, an intriguing proposition. Heads? We take your offer.
He rests the barrel on the Riddler's temple.
Tails? We blow your damn head off.
Fall of the coin as Two-Face flips it high in the air, spinning. Interior jewelry exchange. Thugs grab handfuls of gems as a guard presses the alarm button. Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies themes play as Riddler's animated face fills the surveillance screens. Wider, the Riddler and Two-Face stand over a pallet of black jeweler's felt, littered with bright, sparkling diamonds. The Riddler slips on a monocle, lifts the stone. Two-Face grabs the entire pallet, pours the diamonds into a loot bag, heads towards the other counter. Interior Batmobile moving, windscreen close. A flashing message, crime in progress. An ever-changing tactical map shows Batman's narrowing proximity to the crime site. Exterior street. The Batmobile rushes to a halt. Batman leaps out, smashes through a door into interior beauty salon. Girls laugh and flirt. Even behind his mask, Batman fumes, obviously misled. Interior Wayne Manor, Bruce's bedroom day. Bruce sits watching the news.
Working with Two-Face, Gotham's new criminal mastermind is calling himself the Riddler. 20 million in diamonds were stolen yesterday with no sign of Batman.
Screen close, changes. Edward stands on the Claw Island, a small abandoned island in Gotham Harbor.
In other news, entrepreneur Edward Nigma has signed a lease for Claw Island. Nigma says he plans to break ground for an electronics plant.
Exterior armored truck base. Armored trucks sit open on the street. Two-toned thugs carry out bags of loot. Two-Face and the Riddler stand before 4 guards, each sentry held captive by a two-toned crony.
Ball the fist, reach way back, and assert yourself.
Two-Face swings, clocks the guard on the chin. Crack, out like a light.
Get it?
Riddler nods tentatively, manages a weak fist, throws a feeble punch. The guard looks barely startled.
Riddler, you punch like a girl. Put some heart into it.
Two-Face hauls off, hits the 3rd guard. Out he goes.
Okay, I got it.
He leans way back, tries again, barely a glancing blow.
Ow!
God.
He walks away, shaking his head, disgusted. The Riddler turns back to the guard, ready for another try. Interior Wayne Manor hallway. Newspaper close. Riddler and Two-Face terrorize Gotham. Pull back to reveal Alfred, newspaper in hand, finds Dick trying to open the door which leads to the Batcave.
May I help you, Master Grace?
How come this is the only locked door around this museum? I mean, what's back there?
Master Wayne's dead wives.
Dick grins. Alfred watches him go, a wry smile on his face. The coast now clear, he disappears into the secret doorway. Wider, Dick stands hidden in an alcove, watching. Exterior Claw Island, day. Tremendous construction in progress. Interior Claw Island, silhouettes of robot arms manufacture the box. Edward watches on, giving Two-Face a quick hit from a glowing electrode, then snatches back the receiver. Harvey eyes the electrode with an addict's hungry eyes. Exterior Gotham loading dock. Two-Face and thugs steal priceless paintings while the guards sit bound and gagged in their booth. Riddler stares up at a spray-painted riddle number 4 on the boat's hull. Interior Wayne Manor laundry room. Dick stands watching TV while he washes and dries his clothing using martial arts techniques. What?
Has Batman lost his touch? We've become a city of sissies crying, Batman, 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 at the first sign of trouble.
Interior Gotham Opera night. The Barber of Seville is in full swing as the bejeweled audience watches. The translation is being spelled out for them on a large electronic screen over the stage. Backstage, green-gloved hands attach a box to the translator. Audience. The familiar green beam of the box transfixes the audience and the performers. Two-Face and his thugs take the balcony in protective green sunglasses, strip folks of their cash and jewels. The Riddler stands on stage.
I just love a captive audience.
He picks up the aria a cappella, races through the stunned orchestra collecting valuables. As he goes, he moves the mouths of his victims, turning the robbery into an opera of his own.
Oh, but all I want is to take all your jewels. Oh, no. Oh, you villain, don't take my jewels. Oh, no. I will. No, you won't. I will. No, you won't.
Marvelous. Still singing, he leaps back onto the stage where Harvey and his thugs arrive, bags full of loot. Riddler plays tiny hidden buttons in his cane, directing Batman.
Where are you sending Batboy this time?
Here, get a good seat.
Out the window, the Batmobile makes a quick stop before the Opera House. Riddler, Two-Face, and Thugs disappear just as Batman drops to the stage from the ceiling. He looks around at the stunned audience. He spots a small box with a question mark on it sitting center stage, lifts the top. Within, a pair of plastic hands applaud him. The translator, close, vaporizes the beam snapping off. The audience, startled by Batman's sudden appearance on stage, starts laughing until someone notices her tiara is missing. A scream, the first of many. Exterior, Gotham Times building, night. Electronic headline circles. Bat flops at opera. Riddler and Two-Face steal millions. Exterior, Enigma Tech headquarters, Claw Island, day. Finally complete. In the background, a giant corporate sign reading Nigma Tech is raised by cranes. Edward Nigma, dressed like Bruce Wayne to the smallest detail, stands on a podium giving a press conference. Scores of applauding employees and media watch on. The Gotham City Society matrons coo.
Why sit back when you can be part of the show?
Quick cuts of newspapers.
Enigmatech brings the joy of 3D entertainment into your own home.
Cuts of magazines, all proclaiming Edward as the new king of electronics in Gotham City.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you my vision for the future. The box in every home in America, and one day, the world.
Exterior Gotham City montage, a tenement where a poor family scrapes together their savings on a newspaper ad for the box. An electronics store where Alfred, at the head of a long line, hands over a check to receive the box. A resplendent household where husband, wife, and kids each watch individual TVs connected to their own boxes. Interior Nigma Tech Riddler's control room. Riddler sits atop a tremendous electronic throne facing a wall bank of TV monitors, all running newsreel footage of folks using the box. From overhead, a giant Dio delivers massive pulses of glowing neural energy. Riddler's head close. His brain is glowing. Exterior electronic stores. Crowds of people line up. Some stores say sold out. Others say, yes, we have the box. Interior Batcave. Bruce stands over the Bat computer.
Riddler and Two-Face are tweaking the data before the computer pulls it off the emergency bands.
Alfred stands in his lab area, trying to disassemble the box. He gets the lid off. Box close. The circuitry inside automatically vaporizes. Interior, Nigma Tech. Edward's control room, night. Leather and Lace sit with the Riddler and Two-Face as the two villains pass an electrode between them.
Sure. E equals MC squared until you factor in more than 3 dimensions. Then, damn, hit us again.
Haven't you had enough? Don't think and drive.
Harvey waves his revolver in Riddler's face.
Ha, be my guest.
Two-Face and Leather and Lace take another hit of the glowing neural energy, smiles.
Our Paleolithic yearnings are best expressed in a pre-linguistic. Sorry, girls, just thinking out loud.
Harvey leans back, buzzed, the electrode slipping from his hand. Leather grabs for it, not fast enough. Riddler snatches it away.
Not until you do that thing I like. On ce tu pour de maison jeka ma vie. Whoa, harsh toke.
Don't bogart that trode.
He tosses Harv the electrode over Lace's ill-timed grab. Harvey takes a hit.
Oh, my God, Jim Morrison was right.
About what?
Everything.
Yeah.
Interior, Wayne Manor, day. TV close. Vondell stands before the familiar panel of experts.
This box is nothing more than an electronic narcotic.
Thousands more Gothamites each day are tuning out by tuning in to its holographic fantasies.
Turning citizens into zombies.
Gripe. Isn't this what they said about TV? I think the box is the future. What's your opinion? I want to know.
Favor Alfred, as he shuts off the set, moves into the hallway and the locked door to the Batcave.
Master Dick.
High above, Dick appears on the third floor landing.
Up here, Al.
Just checking, young sir.
4 seconds from
Below, Alfred opens the door.
now.
Alfred disappears inside and the door begins to close. Dick leaps the banister, grabs the chandelier, swings to a large tapestry, slides down and into the passageway as the door slams shut. Interior, secret hall. Unable to stop, Dick barrels through a dark doorway, tumbles down the long staircase onto the Batcave floor. Alfred stands at his lab area. The two stare at each other in utter disbelief. Interior, Chase's apartment, night. Big, open. A life still in boxes. The door opens, producing Bruce and Chase.
The style of the letters I'm getting matches those found at the crime sites. Why would the Riddler be sending me riddles? Who's a decorator? You all?
Sorry, I haven't even had time to unpack. Is instant coffee okay?
Chase disappears into the kitchen as Bruce takes off his coat. She reappears with a small box, hands it to Bruce.
What's this?
Bruce opens the box. Within, a dream doll.
Call it a clinical intuition. I thought your dreams might need changing.
Bruce looks at Chase. He stares out the window a beat, deciding. As he speaks now, his words are halting, self-disclosure difficult for him.
My parents were murdered in front of me. I was just a kid.
Chase nods. She knows.
A lot of what happened is jagged. Pieces missing. I can't really remember. I just get flashes, usually in my dreams. I kind of gotten used to them. At least accepted them.
And now?
They've changed, the dreams. I mean, there's a new element I don't understand. A book, black, covered in leather.
The kettle begins to whistle.
Damn, I'll be right back.
Bruce is agitated, starts to look around. At her desk, he finds a virtual shrine to Batman. Pictures, news photos, articles.
Find anything interesting?
Why do I feel like the other man here?
Come on, Bruce. This is what I do for a living.
I'd say this goes a little beyond taking your work home.
What do you want me to say? That I'm not attracted to him?
She hits a button and on-screen news footage rolls of Batman fighting Catwoman.
Look at the abuse he's taking. He's not just fighting criminals, he's punishing himself.
Chase hits a button, freezing on Batman's face.
It's as if he's paying some great penance. What crime could he have committed to deserve a life sentence of such agony?
Bruce hits a key, blanking the screen.
Maybe he just had a lousy childhood. Is that it, Doc?
Chase grabs his hand as it comes away from the keyboard.
Why do you do that?
What?
Throw up that ridiculous, superficial mask. If you're jealous...
I'm not jealous. Look at me.
You want me close, but you won't let me near. What's the terrible dark secret you're protecting everyone from?
In the mirror, they are half in shadow, half in light.
In a sense, we're all two people. The side we show in daylight, and the side we keep in shadow.
Rage, anger, passion, pain.
He pulls her to him. Their faces are close, a breath apart. Suddenly, his watch starts to beep. Bruce turns over his wrist, depresses a stud on his watch. The face turns into a screen.
Sorry to bother you, sir. I have some rather distressing news about Master Dick.
Is he all right?
I'm afraid Master Dick has gone traveling.
He ran away.
Actually, he took the car.
He boosted the Jag?
Not the Jaguar. The other car.
The Rolls?
No, sir. The other car.
Fuck.
A beat. Then Bruce closes his eyes. Exterior, Arkham Square, night. Gotham's nightlife. Neon traffic sleaze. The Batmobile cruises into the center of the strip. A group of flashy lowriders pull in front of the Batmobile. They hydraulic up and down competitively. The Batmobile wipers sweep the windshield. The Batfoil opens and closes. Finally, the car hydraulics higher and faster, but a bit wildly, the driver barely in control. The lowriders, put to shame, peel out. A scream cuts the night. A girl runs for her life, chased by 6 gang members into a dark alley. The Batmobile tears after her. Exterior alley, night. The thugs have the girl surrounded, pushing her back and forth between them like a rag doll. The Batmobile screeches into Tenement Alley. The door slides open. From the smoking hatchway emerges Dick. Needless to say, this gets the thugs' attention. They let go of the girl.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Batman. Damn, did I forget to dress again?
The thugs close. One rushes Dick while others swing a chain at his head. Mistake.
Chains. You don't seem like the type.
Dick's hand shoots out fast, grabbing the chain. He open palms the thug in the chin, whips the chain into the gut of the other villain.
The Cape Crusader strikes again. Sans Cape, of course.
2 more rush him.
Another victory for the Dark Knight.
Dick goes up with a flying front kick, knocking one down, fells another on the return with a spinning back fist.
Dark Nighty Night.
Ew. Dick
Yeah.
stares at the remaining thugs,
Felt like
smiles.
sand in my mouth.
Is your will up to date?
The last thug takes a look at Dick, turns and races away.
I could definitely get behind the superhero gig.
Dick nods to the awestruck girl.
Ma'am.
He starts toward the car.
Wait.
Oops.
Forgot the part where you kissed the girl.
Right.
He leans in, happy to oblige, when suddenly screams and shouts as the thug who got away comes racing back into the alley, followed by maybe 30 new gang members, all wielding bats and chains.
Uh-oh.
He pulls the girl behind him, readies for war. A dark figure flies out of the night. Batman on a wire swings into the group, sending them scattering in all directions. The bad guys race off. The Batmobile revs up, races to Batman. Batman lifts Dick by his collar, drops him into the passenger seat, hops into the other side.
Don't you want my number?
She watches as the Batmobile speeds away into the night. Interior... Oh my god. I love Paul. Interior Batcave night. Later, Bruce and Dick argue.
I need to be a part of this.
Absolutely not.
Me and my brother Chris were putting money aside for so our folks could retire. Dad's knee was going. Chris was engaged. You know that? Two-Face took everything. Now I can pay him back.
What I do isn't about revenge.
Dick glances at a framed headline, The Wayne Murders.
Right, it's like whatever you say.
Bruce grabs him, hard.
This isn't a game.
Dick pushes him off, harder.
Back off, man.
You don't understand. It's an addiction. You fight night after night trying to fill the emptiness, but the pain's back in the morning. And somewhere along the way, it stops being a choice. I want better for you.
Save the sermons about how great you want my life to be, okay, Bruce? If it weren't for Batman, my parents wouldn't be dead. You don't get it, do you? This is all your fault.
Dick storms out. Bruce stares after him with tired eyes. Exterior Ritz Gotham Hotel, night. At the marble entrance, the red carpet is rolled out for a pull out the stops party. Over the door, a banner proclaims Enigma Tech, imagine the future. At the curb, folks dressed in over-the-top runway fashions pour from luxury cars, hand off keys to a battalion of scurrying valets. Next car up, Bruce Wayne's rolls, driven by Alfred. A valet helps chase out. She looks stunning. Bruce leans over Alfred before stepping out of the car.
Too much wealth, too fast, half of Gotham zombied out, a technology that self-destructs. He's protecting more than industrial secrets, Alfred.
I shall be near at hand, should you need me. And sir, I know it's difficult, but try and have a good time.
Interior Ritz Gotham roof, night. Over the top golden glitz, a kind of Versailles meets punk meets couture. And in the middle, Edward, dressed as Louis XIV. The room is packed with people sipping exotic cocktails, munching hors d'oeuvres, and conversation buzz is high. Into the zoo walks Bruce and Chase. As brightly lighted stations throughout the room, showy displays announce the new box. Pretty, barely clad showgirls invite partygoers step into various green columns of light. Bruce scans the room as he and Chase pause by the first display, where a socialite steps into a column of energy. She gasps with delight as she finds herself suddenly dazzling in diamonds from head to toe. They pass the next column where a chubby professor, sword in hand, fights off a knight on horseback. They pass the next display where a bald guy steps into a beam. Suddenly, he is in a classic stoner's pad circa 1967, and best of all, he has long flowing hair. Chase looks amused, Bruce suspicious.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were sulking.
Keep me off the couch, Doc. Your fees are a little rich for me.
Touchy, touchy.
So, how goes your scholarly pursuit of Batman?
God, Bruce, you're still jealous.
Spare me the diagnosis. Why am I so bad at spelling? Diagnosis. Okay, you're being ridiculous. I can't be jealous of Batman, can I?
Across the room, Edward stands flanked by Gotham Society matrons as press, including Vondell Millions, snap photos and hurl questions.
You're outselling Wayne Enterprises. Any comments?
Actually, I'm outselling Wayne Tech 2-1.
The Times has named you Gotham's Bachelor of the Year. What do you have to say about that?
You might want to ask Bruce Wayne. Bruce, old man.
Edward crosses the room to greet Chase and Bruce. All stand now, surrounded by press and partygoers.
So glad you could come. Bruce?
What? 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 Oh, Edward. Edward, hi. Congratulations, great party.
The press were just wondering what it feels like to be outsold, outclassed, and generally outdone in every way. What light through yonder window breaks 'tis the east, and you are.
Chase?
Of course you are, and what a grand pursuit you must be. What do you think of my new invention?
What? Oh, it's very impressive.
Gracious even in defeat. How vaguely disappointing, when all of this could have been ours together.
Edward stills a passing waiter and his tray of champagne. Crystal flutes for all. He toasts Chase.
No grape could be more intoxicating than you, my dear, but we make do. To your charms. Skål.
Nostrova.
L'chaim.
Slanta.
Rinka.
Bonsai. Bonsai.
I'm drinking.
And she does.
I notice you've subdivided your B coupons, feeling a little light on principle.
Actually, I like to divest just before a major recapitalization.
I wouldn't race to the bank. Old regimes crumble every day. Life is a cycle. Remember Yeats? Turn, turn the widening gyre. The falconer cannot hear the falcon.
And the beast slouches towards Bethlehem.
Excuse me, boys. I'd hate to stop this testosterone flood on my account.
Quite right. Shall we dance?
And with that, Edward draws Chase out onto the dance floor. As Chase and Edward dance in the background, Bruce walks over to one of the displays, examines a control station for the green beam, tries to pry open a circuit panel.
Naughty, naughty.
She slaps his hand playfully. Bruce smiles in apology, looks around, no other choice. He steps into a beam. Edward twirls Chase, watches Bruce enter the beam. He smiles. Bruce, POV. Colorful planets soar all around him. Suddenly, the beam flashes. There, racing towards him, a giant bat. Back to scene. All beams wink out as gunfire bursts across the room. Two-Face and his thugs stand at every entrance. Bruce backs away, slips towards the service door.
All right, folks, this is a good old-fashioned low-tech stick-up. We're interested in the basics: jewelry, cash, watches, high-tech cellular phones. Hand them over nice and easy, and no one will be hurt.
Two-Face's thugs charge the room. The crowd screams. Exterior, Ritz Gotham Alley, night. Bruce hand slides down fire escapes, hits the alley running. Exterior, alley. Bruce ducks into the rolls.
Emergency, Alfred.
Interior, rolls. A secret panel in the back opens. A bat suit. Interior, party. The thugs circulate quickly, yanking jewels from ears and necks, grabbing wallets and purses, filling sacks. Ed pushes his way against the crowd toward through Two-Face's ring of personal guards and right up to Two-Face's face.
You're ruining my big party. Are you insane? Actually, considering your dual persona, let's just forget the question.
We're sick of you for waiting to the bat, Riddle Boy. You promised us Batman.
Patience, oh bifurcated one.
Patience, hell, we want him dead. Nothing brings out the bat like a little murder and mayhem.
Oh, in that case, as long as you were going to rob me, you could have at least let me in on the caper. We could have organized this, planned it, pre-sold the movie rights.
The crash of breaking glass. Batman flies in through a window, kicking a row of thugs down before he lets go of his rope and lands on the floor.
Harvey, I gotta be honest, your entrance was good, his was better. What's the difference? Showmanship.
Two-Face shoves Edward away, looking for a clean shot. He fires a couple of times, but only destroys an ice sculpture and some liquor bottles. More screams. One huge thug charges Batman. Batman heaves him overhead, throws him, crashing into a display of stacked boxes.
Batman! Batman! Batman, help!
A thug has a gun to his throat. Batman kicks the weapon out of his hand.
Batman, you're my god!
Another thug is chased to a wall, hands are under pearls.
Excuse me?
He headbutts the thug. The guy goes down. Chase leans up and kisses him, hot and hard on the mouth. The chemistry here is undeniable.
Call me.
Batman spins, goes for another group of thugs. Police sirens.
Okay, boys, phase 2.
And with that, he and his thugs race for the elevator. The doors close. Cheers are up for Batman as he races onto the balcony and jumps. Batman's POV, aerial. Harvey and thugs disappear past under construction signs down the stairs of an as of yet completed subway station. Exterior Ritz Gotham night. Party guest POV. Gripping the edges of his cape, Batman glides 60 floors down the skyscraper towards the street. Batman plummets into the construction site. Interior deserted subway station night continuous. Gothic deserted, under construction. Batman hits the platform. Batman POV. Shadows race down the dark tunnel ahead. He pursues. Tunnel. Harvey and thugs racing away.
That's right behind us.
Excellent.
Interior, abandoned station, ventilation shaft. A wide spiral staircase of scaffolding hugs the walls of a tremendous ventilation shaft. The thugs race down the steps, knocking out bits of scaffolding as they go, sending entire chunks of already traversed staircase plummeting past them. Pan up, Batman arrives on a wide platform of scaffolding at the top of the staircase. His cape whips up around him as if from some low infernal wind. Batman POV. Down the fragmenting staircase at the bottom of the shaft, a tremendous fan spins, chewing chunks of falling scaffolding and plaster, spitting plumes of dust. Two-Face stands at the bottom of the well. He grabs a rack of scaffolding and wrenches the old aluminum supports away. The platform where Batman is standing gives way, planks falling, sending Batman tumbling toward the deadly blades below. Batman POV, the giant whirling blades coming up fast. Batman falls stairways and laughing thugs whipping past. His hand shoots out and grabs a thug by the jacket, wrenching the fabric over the goon's head, jerking him hard into the railing like a human anchor. Batman climbs the struggling thug like a ladder, leaps onto the staircase, cracks the thug's head on the rail, then races down the stairs. Bottom of the shaft, the remaining thugs disappear through a dark doorway. Batman runs past the beating fan blades into interior abandoned tunnel. Dark, steep and sloping. The thugs are running dead ahead without stopping. They begin grabbing pieces of debris, flip them under their feet, begin riding down the descending tunnel like snowboarders. Batman races after them. The snowboarders really are good. They ride the rails, the low gas pipes, even bank the curving sides of the tunnel. A thug close looks back to see Batman closing. Mistake. Whip pan. As he is clotheslined by a low-hanging danger sign. He flies off the snowboard backwards, out cold. Batman races past him. The end of the tunnel slopes so drastically, the dark maw at the end seems more like a pit than a door. The borders circle and one by one drop through like bits of filth down a drain. Batman drops into the darkness, landing on a small ledge. Beyond a precipice drop, he turns to face interior abandoned subway station. Years ago, this cavernous space glistened with immense Gothic statuary, elaborate tile mosaics, tremendous decorative arches, and spectacular cathedral ceilings. No more. Now the giant space from floor to ceiling is a frozen maelstrom of twisting cast iron trusses, broken steam pipes, fragmented scaffolding, and hanging cables. Down these man-made slopes and obstacles ride the snowboarding thugs, cruising pipes, jumping curved faces of statues, jacking from scaffold to truss. Batman whips a pair of nunchucks from his belt over a hanging metal rail, using the chain as a pulley, shoots down a curving rail into the mad dance of twisting steel. A thug fires at him from his whizzing board as it careens along an adjacent piece of scaffolding. Batman angles towards him, picking up speed. The thug banks off some statuary, takes a few more shots. Batman shoots around the curve, jumps from one rail to the next, catches the villain in the face with his boot, and sends him flying. Another thug shoots past overhead. Batman flips onto another pipe, is closing fast, chasing the thug towards a loop that banks towards the blackness of an abandoned tunnel. He is closing on the thug, closer, closer. Suddenly, the thug hops to a truss. The rail Batman is on, whipping him around a curve that banks into the mouth of the tunnel. Gunshots. Two-Face stands in the shadows, firing his machine pistol, blowing a hole in the curving rail directly in front of Batman. The rail breaks. Batman flies off directly into the dark tunnel. Batman POV, a rushing darkness. He smashes into a wall. Interior, mouth of tunnel. Two-Face stands staring into the dark with his thugs. He grabs an aging valve wheel set into the crumbling wall.
Nothing worse than a bad case of gas.
He begins to turn the creaking wheel. Interior, inner tunnel. A long-forgotten pipe by Batman begins to hiss a thick purple gas. Interior, mouth of tunnel. Two-Face swings a grenade launcher before him, takes a step back, aims into the tunnel.
Lights. Camera. Action.
As his thugs scramble for cover, Two-Face fires. The grenade flies into the tunnel, slamming into the gas main. An explosion. Suddenly, a tremendous secondary explosion. Debris falls everywhere as the gas ignites, the mouth of the tunnel suddenly brightening into a flaming white fireball. Interior tunnel. The huge fireball rushes towards Batman. Batman wraps himself in his cape. Hand close as he reaches to his utility belt, presses a stud there. His cape begins to run and flow like water, morphing into a protective sphere just as a tremendous fireball races down the tunnel, engulfing Batman in a world of flame. Interior, mouth of tunnel. Two-Face stands staring into the inferno, billowing smoke, residual flame, and falling debris everywhere. No Batman. A moment of dead quiet.
Finally.
Then Two-Face's smirk vanishes.
It can't be.
Reverse angle. A shape rises, phoenix-like, out of the flames. The figure moves forward. Batman close as his cape parts over his face. Wider, he lifts his arms, the cape splitting down the center, reverting to its original form, arms going wide to familiar wings. The bat heads towards Two-Face and his men. Two-Face close, consumed with rage. He grabs a section of the wall's support scaffolding and begins to wrench it free with crazed fury.
Why won't you just die?
In a final rage of maniacal fury, Harvey wrenches the scaffolding free, its ancient supports gone. The ceiling begins to crack and fall, debris pouring in at an ever more furious pace. Batman is suddenly doused in a rain of rock and sand. The tunnel between Harvey and Batman is obstructed by tons of falling metal and plaster and sand. Two-Face stands as the ceiling falls all around him. Batman is driven down by a storm of wreckage. Two-Face can barely contain his joy. Plaster and rubble fall ever more furiously. Batman stumbles as the ground beneath him suddenly gives, sucking him into a quickly filling pit of sand and tile. He reaches for his utility belt, but it's too late. Batman is nearly buried, sand coming up over his mouth, his eyes, until finally he is gone. Two-Face stands watching, eyes full of childish delight. The floor in front of him begins to give way, running with deep cracks.
Boys, go have us a party. Anybody else feel like donuts?
Harvey and his men head away, up out of the tunnels. The sand pit, close, still, no motion. A gloved hand breaks the surface, clutching a batarang, a weak flip of the wrist. The batarang hits the sand. The hand goes limp, a beat, another. Suddenly, a green-gloved hand close, grabs Batman's hand. Wider, Dick hangs on a wire above Batman in an aerialist maneuver. He secures his grip and pulls. Dick close, straining. Suddenly, Batman's face breaks the sand. Dick uses the leverage of his body on the rope to pull harder. Batman begins to rise, free. The two face each other, hands still clasped. Interior Batcave later. Bruce sits in his robe, being bandaged by Alfred. Dick is pacing.
What the hell do you think you were doing?
You have a real gratitude problem. You know that, Bruce? I need a name. Batboy? Dark Earl? What's a good sidekick name?
How about Richard Grayson, college student?
I miss Two-Face by a heartbeat. When we catch him, you gotta let me kill him.
We don't kill. Killing is what damns you. What am I talking about? This conversation is over. You're going away to school.
I saved your life. You owe me. So either you let me be your partner, or I'm going after Harvey on my own.
And with that, Dick turns and storms out of the Batcave.
It's starting all over again, Alfred. Another boy lost to rage, and it's my fault. If Harvey hadn't come gunning for me at the circus, his family...
Bruce glances at Gotham Times, a headline, Bat More Harm Than Good.
Maybe they're right.
And which they might that be, sir?
Jack Napier's dead. My parents are avenged. The Wayne Foundation contributes a small fortune to police and crime prevention programs.
Bruce touches a cowl resting on the control panel.
Why do I keep doing this?
Why indeed?
Could I let Batman go? For Dick? For me? Could I leave the shadows? Have a life, friends, family?
Dr. Meridian?
Dr.
Bruce
Meridian?
touches his lips, the spot Chase kissed Batman.
She's the first woman in a long time that's... No. She's the first woman ever. And she loves Batman, not Bruce Wayne. If I let go of Batman, I'll lose her.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Why not ask the lady?
How? As Batman, knowing she wants me? Or as Bruce Wayne and hope?
Bruce reaches for the phone, hits an auto dial key, tones as the phone begins to dial.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
He disconnects the phone.
Who am I, Alfred? I don't think I know anymore.
Interior Chase's bedroom, night, dark, moonlight through curtains, night sounds. Chase lays asleep in bed. A shadow crosses her face. She stirs. Reverse angle. At the French doors to her bedroom stands a familiar silhouette, Batman. Chase rises, moves across the room, the pale light catching her white nightgown. She pulls the doors wide. Chase faces him, bodies close. She reaches up, touches his mask, kisses him. His cape whips around her. The kiss, close, passionate, sustained. Chase pulls away.
I'm sorry. I can't believe it. I've imagined this moment since I first met you. Your hands, your face, your body.
He turns, walks across the room.
And now I have you, and I guess a girl has to grow up sometime.
She comes back to him, touches his cheek.
I've met someone. He's not you, but I hope you can understand.
He sees now that over her desk, her Batman's memorabilia has been replaced by photos and files on Bruce Wayne. Batman close, smiles. Then he's over the balcony and gone, a shadow on the wing in the dead of the night. Interior, Claw Island Control Center, day. On his throne, in his sphere, electronically getting more brilliant every second, Edward fills all his screens with Chase's image from the party. His brain, close. Rivulets of neural energy ripple and dance as his brain grows under his magenta hair. Suddenly, Two-Face gets him by the throat.
You know, Ed, we woke up this morning. We just knew we were going to kill something. Bat got away. Looks like it's going to be you.
Two-Face draws his gun with his free hand, trains it on Riddler's head. By the look in his eyes, he's serious.
Why do we need you? You only come between us. We can be the smartest person in Gotham City. We want the Empire for ourselves. Time's up, laughing boy.
Kill me? Well, all right, go ahead. Take the Empire, all yours. Hell harv, old pals. I'll kill me for you.
Riddler grabs his hair, starts slamming his own head into the desktop.
Too bad about Batman.
Harvey grabs his head, stops him.
What about Batman?
Riddler smooths his hair.
What if you could know a man's mind? Would you not then own that man?
Riddler hits a switch. Suddenly, his screens fill with the image of Bruce stepping into the simulation at the party.
A few dozen extra IQ points and my little invention learned a new trick. It does more than drain your brain. It makes a map of your mind.
The screens change, now showing a turning schematic of a brain alive with neural lightning.
Would you like to see what my old friend Bruce has in his head?
Riddler hits a switch. Another image pulls free from the schematic brain. A trapped bat. Fierce, monstrous, the very picture of imagined evil made live, Bruce's nightmare.
Riddle me this. What kind of man has bats on the brain?
Two-Face stares at him.
Go ahead. You can say it.
You're a genius.
The two begin to laugh. Close on bat, it's a fake one on top of a pole. Camera pulls back to reveal group of young kids in Halloween costumes running through Gotham Cemetery dusk. Two gravestones alone on a hill under a tree. The kids pass Bruce, who is visiting his family's graves. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Bruce lays 2 roses on Thomas and Martha Wayne's graves.
Tonight it ends.
What the hell do you mean it ends?
Wider, interior, Bat Cave. Bruce and Dick are in mid-conversation.
From this day on, Batman is no more.
Bruce hits a switch. The machines in the cave go dark.
Can't.
Dick, let's go. Revenge will eat you alive. Trust me, I know.
What about all the good we can do? There are monsters out there, and Gotham needs us.
And when you finally get Two-Face,
Dick looks away.
exactly. And once you've killed him, you'd be lost. Like me. All this has to be a choice. Otherwise, it's a curse.
Bruce, you can't.
Chase is coming for dinner. Why don't you join us?
And with that, Bruce turns, heads up into the house. Dick stands all alone in the still, dark cave. A doorbell rings. Exterior, Wayne Manor. Alfred opens the doors to the trick-or-treaters we saw earlier, hands out bags of candy. Exterior, Wayne Manor, access road. A mysterious van sits parked on the gravel byway. Interior, van. Two-Face, Riddler, and men sit watching the manor. Riddler POV, a taxi pulls up. Chase emerges as the trick-or-treaters leave.
And today's not even my birthday.
Two-Face couldn't care less about Chase. He tosses his coin. Hold on the spinning faces as we hear
Bruce, Batman, Bruce, Batman.
Interior, costume vault, Batcave, night. Opens with a hiss. Dick passes the Batman costumes until he comes to a standing figure different from the rest. His Robin costume. He packs to leave forever. Exterior, Wayne Estate. Dick rides his motorcycle through the protective hologram of the trees, heading away into the dark night. Interior, Wayne Manor, dining alcove night. Intensely romantic, filled with live roses. Alfred leaves having served an intimate candlelit dinner to Bruce and Chase.
There's something I want to talk with you about. Well,
Okay, Tiger, take it slow. You're gonna give you your pen or something?
Bruce laughs. He's obviously having trouble.
Let me go first, okay? I think I found something about your dreams. I pulled the files on your parents' murders. There was a missing diary, Bruce. Alfred told the police your father always kept it on his desk, but the day after the murders, it was gone. Maybe that's the book you're...
But Bruce isn't listening. He's pressing his eyes hard. Bruce POV, a series of images, the coffins, the book, the run through the stormy night, the fall, the bat.
What is it? What's wrong?
flashes, images of that night.
Your memories are repressed. They're trying to break through. Relax. Try to remember.
I don't want to remember.
Stop fighting it.
A long beat. Then Bruce Wayne surrenders, leans back, closes his eyes, remembers.
My parents are laid out in the library. Their skin smells like talcum powder. I'm so small. My father's diary is on his desk like always. I'm opening the book, reading. I'm running out into the storm. The book is in my hands. I can't hear my scream over the rain. I'm falling.
What does it say? What hurts so much? Bruce? What does the book say?
I don't.
You do know. Try.
Bruce opens his eyes. Clear. He remembers.
The last entry read, Bruce insists on seeing a movie tonight. Bruce insists I made them go out. I made them take me to the movie, to that theater. It was my fault. I killed them.
God, Bruce, you were a child. You weren't responsible.
Not the bat.
What?
I always thought it was the bat that scared me that night that changed my life, but it wasn't the real fear was hiding underneath. What I read in the journal that my parents' deaths were my fault. That's why I couldn't remember. That's what the crime I've been paying for all these years.
What are you talking about?
Chase, there's something I need to tell you.
The doorbell rings. Front door. Alfred peers out to a sea of Halloween masks.
Trick or
Trick or
treat.
treat.
Alfred grabs his candy bag as he opens the door to the Riddler, Two-Face, and the thugs.
Trick.
He cracks Alfred on the head with his cane. Down he goes.
Get the girl.
Interior dining alcove. A commotion.
What the hell?
Thugs appear at both doorways. Bruce moves fast as he grabs a silver serving tray, flips it into one of the screaming thugs' faces, swings the platter into the other's head, 2 down. Bruce grabs Chase's hand, and they're out the door, racing fast, several more henchmen in close pursuit. Meanwhile, the Riddler uses the scanner and the head of his cane to locate and open the secret door to the Batcave. Interior hallway. Bruce and Chase race towards the stairway. Bruce pulls standing display suits of armor to the floor as he goes, blocking the thugs' way. Interior Batcave. Riddler has found heaven. From his pouch, he produces tiny green bombs shaped like bats. He winds one up, its head screeching with each twist of the neck, lets it fly.
What's that I hear?
Like a tiny bat, the first bomb flies into the video wall, a tremendous explosion.
Why, it must be the fat lady getting ready to sing.
The next bat bomb flaps into the costume vault, blows it completely. The crime lab explodes next. The Riddler winds a bunch of bat bombs now, lets them fly. The tiny green bats sail high, forming a giant question mark in midair before plummeting suddenly in formation down into the cockpit of the Batmobile.
Gonna have a hot time in the old town tonight. Who used to say that? Somebody always used to say that.
The car explodes. Interior Wayne Manor, grand staircase. Bruce and Chase flee up the giant staircase, the thugs a step behind. One two-toned bad guy leaps forward, gets a fistful of Chase's dress. She goes down, looks like she's done for. At the last moment, Chase gives a mighty kick and the thug topples backwards down the stairs. Bruce is holding off a couple more, closing near the top step. He spins, a powerful roundhouse clocking one in the head, sending him backwards down the stairs.
Go.
Chase moves behind him up to the landings, turns to see Bruce fell another with a spinning back kick, a third with a flying back fist. Bruce and Chase race to the top of the stairs. Two-Face stands on the floor below, just the moment he's been waiting for.
See ya.
He shoots. The bullet grazes Bruce's head. He falls down the grand staircase. Chase screams as thugs grab her. Bruce hits the floor hard. No movement. None at all.
Bruce, you sure know how to throw a party.
Two-Face stands over the prostrate form, draws his gun, slams in a new clip of ammo.
Sheath your weapon, my impetuous cohort.
Riddler has appeared from the Batcave.
We want to dust him. We truly want to dust him bad.
Oh, yes, and certainly we will.
Riddler walks over to the unconscious Bruce, kneels down, looks at him, tender, like a lover, caresses his face.
My poor sweet hero.
He stands, kicks him hard in the rib cage, bones crack.
We'll kill him all right, but first, boys.
With that, the thugs drag out a freshly bound Chase.
Bruce!
Riddler drops an envelope, riddle number 4 on Bruce.
We're going to make him suffer.
Interior, Batcave, sputtering, burning. The costume vault, Batsuit, close. Surrounded by licking flames, the Bat emblem begins to melt. Dissolve to Bruce's eye, close. Zoom in as we fall again into a dark hole, the Monarch Bat flying straight at the camera, his red eye filling the screen. Dissolve to Bruce's eye, close, wider. Interior, Bruce's bedroom, morning. Bruce is in bed, head bandaged. Alfred is walking a doctor to the door.
The injuries are relatively minor. The shot did cause a concussion. Watch for headaches, memory lapses, odd behavior. I'll check back in a few days.
Alfred ushers him out, returns to Bruce's bedside.
How are you feeling, young man?
Not that young. It's been a long time since you've called me that.
Old habits die hard. Are you all right?
As well as can be expected, I guess. Give me the bad news.
Dick has run away. They've taken Dr. Meridian, and I'm afraid they found the cave, sir. It's been destroyed.
Bruce looks up at Alfred, eyes narrow, puzzled.
The case? What cave?
Exterior police headquarters rooftop. The bat signal lights the sky. Gordon pieces.
Where is he?
A concerned deputy emerges onto the roof.
The mayor's called again. He's not going to show. Maybe he's hurt, sir. Maybe he's...
No. No.
Interior bat cave, or what's left of it. Melted ruin and rubble. Bruce stands with a worried Alfred, surveying the landscape.
I'm Batman. I remember my life as Bruce Wayne. But all this, it's like the life of a stranger.
Perhaps the fall was...
There's one other thing I feel.
What?
Afraid.
Bruce, son, listen to me. You are a kind man, a strong man, but in truth you are not the most sane man.
A bat?
What?
I remember a bat now, a monster, a demon chasing me. Oh my god, Alfred.
No demons, son. Your monsters are here. Until you learn that fact, I fear you will spend your life fleeing them.
Interior, Riddler's control room. Riddler sits on his throne, absorbing pulses of neural energy, his head growing.
It's happy time, Gotham. Have you hugged your little boxes today? I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven with a girl like you.
Wider, Chase has been chained to the floor of his throne.
Batman will come for me.
Someday my bat will come. Someday my bat will come. I'm counting on it.
He puts his face close to Chase's.
You're frying your brain.
Nap time, gorgeous.
The Riddler draws a hypo filled with green liquid. He plunges it into her neck as she passes out. Interior Batcave. Bruce stands before a dark, rocky mouth. Through this passage, the cave as it once was, sweating granite, a shifting world of shadow. Bruce steps inside. Interior, inner Batcave. Favor Bruce as he walks deeper into the darkness. The walls around him undulate as if covered in water. Walls closer. The movement isn't water at all. It's the restless shrugging of bats. Thousands of bats. Bruce presses on, sweat beads on his face. Ahead, a diffusion of moonlight illuminates a curving rock chamber. Bats here too, bringing the walls to life. Bruce moves into the moonlight, looks up. Bruce POV, a narrow chute, the fall he took as a child. He kneels there on the floor, worn by years of weather, a single book, a diary. Bruce kneels, touches the leather cover, fingers lingering for a moment on his father's embossment before he turns yellowed pages to the last entry. Painfully, by moonlight, he reads.
Bruce insists on seeing a movie tonight.
He pauses, gathers himself. He continues.
But Martha and I have our hearts set on Zorro, so Bruce's cartoon will have to wait until next week.
Bruce stares at the book in disbelief. Then he looks up at the moonlight, tears streaming down his face.
Not my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Suddenly, in the darkness ahead, a dark shape moves, head rising, slits opening to reveal two blood-red eyes. The giant monarch bat spreads its wings, huge as it rises, suddenly airborne, rushing toward him. Bruce close and terrified. He turns to run. The bat's flapping wings beat like drums, closing fast. Bruce holds his ground, resolved. He turns and faces the monster, screeching towards him, glistening fangs barely inches from his face. Something remarkable happens. The bat holds its position, staring into Bruce's eyes, wings spreading wide. A beat. Then Bruce raises his arms, a living mirror. The two stand facing each other, man and bat. In the moonlight on the wall, their shadows begin to blend, to merge, becoming one shimmering white light. Interior, Bat Cave. The mouth of the inner cave. A sudden screaming din as a storm of bats explode from the cave. A shooting column of life, and there, from within, steps a man. Reverse angle. Alfred stands at the entrance.
Master Bruce.
Batman Alfred. I'm Batman.
Exterior, night sky. The bat signal shines. Suddenly the air above the familiar circle begins to shimmer and glow, becoming a giant green question mark. The bat signal itself is now just the small period at the symbol's bottom. Interior, Bat Cave, night. Bruce stands at the ruined control panel. Riddles are spread before him, including the most recent.
All the answers are numbers.
But 1, 3, 1, 8, and 5, what do they mean?
What do maniacs always want?
Recognition, of course.
Precisely. So this number is probably some kind of calling card.
Bruce stares at the numbers, adds them, 18, squares them, 1916, no luck. Starts again, separating them, 13, 18, 5.
Letters in the alphabet.
Of course. 13 is M. Mrah.
How about Mr. E?
Mr. E.
And another name for mystery.
Enigma.
Exactly. Mystery E. Mr. Edward Nigma.
Interior stone staircase. Bruce leads Alfred through a secret stairway.
Good thing Mr. E didn't know about the cave under the cave.
Interior subterranean cave. Dark, jagged, surrounded by water. Here, the Batwing and Batboat are stored.
What now, sir?
Claw Island, Nigma's headquarters. I'm sure that's where they're keeping Chase. Are all the Batsuits destroyed?
All except the prototype with the sonar modifications you so disapprove of. But it hasn't yet been tested.
Tonight's a good night.
Close on, Batman's fist being shoved into a new gauntlet. Close on, Batman's new boots snapping shut. Close on, the improved utility belt buckling on firmly. Close on, the new cowl sliding down Batman's head. Close on, he looks fabulous. Pull back to reveal the Batman, a darker enemy to fear.
What do you suggest, Alfred? By sea or by air?
Why not both?
A figure steps out of the shadows. Dick. The cape is now black, yellow on the inside only. A red armored vest complements green tights with knee armor, a utility belt, and flexible black boots.
Dick. Where did you get that suit?
I, took the liberty, sir.
Thought you could use a friend.
Bruce stares at him a beat.
Not a friend.
He extends his hand.
A partner.
The dynamic duo clasp hands. Exterior Wayne Manor tennis court, night, fast clouds, bowing trees. Suddenly, the entire tennis court slides away. The Batwing rises into the night sky. Exterior storm drain. The Batboat hits the water. Exterior rooftop of police headquarters, night. Commissioner Gordon and his deputy standing vigil under the false moon of the bat signal.
He's not coming. Shut it down.
The deputy reaches for the power switch. Suddenly, a roar cuts the night. Angle up to the bat signal. The roar grows louder. Light and shadow dance. For a second, it seems the bat signal itself is flying toward us. Suddenly, the Batwing bursts through the signal. The dark plane buzzes police headquarters, dipping a wing to Gordon. A triumphant Gordon waves Batman onward. Interior cockpit. Working the controls. Batman is back. Exterior Gotham Harbor, night. Still, night water. Still night waters. Suddenly, the Batboat, running silent and dark, cuts across the harbor. Dick is at the helm wearing night vision goggles. Dick's POV, infrared. Claw Island looms ahead. Searchlights atop the island headquarters pop on, one by one, flooding the water with light. Interior Riddler's control center, night. The Riddler and Two-Face stand clutching controls on opposite sides of a holographically generated game of Battleship. Each is firing tiny blips at the small dot crossing the floating screen.
A 14.
Miss.
Exterior Gotham Harbor night. A mortar explodes after the bat boat, shooting a water spout high in the air. Interior Riddler's control room night.
B12.
A miss. And my favorite vitamin, I might add.
Exterior Gotham Harbor. Another explosion to stern. Dick is thrown as a third shell hits the bat boat. The craft explodes. Interior Enigma Tech recreation room.
A hit.
You sunk my battleship.
Exterior Gotham Harbor night. Dick slips a rebreather into his mouth, dives underwater, starts to swim towards Claw Island. Underwater, a spear shoots past, leaving a trail of bubbles. Another, a hidden bunker, issues a stream of armed frogmen. Exterior Gotham Harbor night. The Batwing soars over the water. Interior Batwing cockpit. Infrared screen close. A dick flip. Besieged underwater by frogmen blips. Exterior Claw Island night. A laser shoots from the top of the stronghold, neatly severing one of the Batwing's wings. Exterior Batwing Gotham Harbor night. The Batwing dives straight into the water. Interior cockpit. Batman POV through the wind screen. The water comes up fast. A rushing explosion. Exterior Gotham Harbor underwater. Dark panels shift, sealing wheel hubs. Oh God, sorry. Growing sleek fins as the Batwing morphs now into the Bat Sub. Underwater, two frogmen hold Dick by arms and legs as several more swim towards him with exposed knives. The Bat Sub blasts over an underwater reef. A torpedo tube close fires a dark rocket toward the frogmen at blinding speed. A frogman close spins. Frogman's POV through mask. The torpedo races towards him, unfurls to reveal Batman. Batman's fist smashes the glass of the frogman's mask. The thug rises in a mass of bubbles. Dick uses the distraction and kicks free. Batman and Dick take on the frogmen hand to hand. Exterior Claw Island shore night. Batman and Dick break the surface. Dick discards his rebreather, climbs onto the shore.
Holy rusted metal, Batman!
What?
Dick takes a few steps forward, kneels.
The ground, it's metal. It's full of holes. You know, holy.
This place was a refueling station for subs during the war. Dick.
Just as Batman starts to climb out of the water, a horrendous crunching as Dick begins to rise. Wider, the island surface is actually the top of a tremendous metal sphere, balanced atop an enormous cylindrical oil tank, rising now fast out of the water.
Dick.
Batman throws a batarang, but it glances off the side of the sphere. Wider. Oh, Lord. Batman stands staring up at Dick, who stands alone atop the metal sphere, now 5 stories high. No way up. Batman spots a rusting access panel in the giant support cylinder. He rips it off and climbs inside. Exterior dome. Dick stands looking down at the ocean.
The bat or the bird? We couldn't decide who got to kill who. Or is it whom?
Dick spins. Two-Face has emerged from a hatch atop the dome. He stands smiling at Dick, a knife in his hands.
We flipped for it. We got you.
Two-Face's leap is savage, catching Dick by the throat. Wider, the two slide down the sloping edge of the dome, their descent stopped by a narrow, rusting metal lip. Two-Face smashes Dick's head into the side of the dome, once, twice, 3 times.
Strong circus boy. No mommy and daddy to save you.
Two-Face raises his blade over the dazed Dick, brings it down fast. Dick rolls clear, the blade wedging into the rusted metal surface. All the time Dick needs. He backflips. Oh, they knew what they were doing. He backflips erect, kicks Two-Face hard in the head.
For my mother.
A flying front kick to the chin.
For my father.
A spinning back kick knocking him to his knees.
For Chris, my brother.
Dick hauls off and smashes him in the face.
This one's for me.
The punch sends Two-Face rolling down the side of the dome, fingers raking sloping steel, finding no purchase. At the last second, Two-Face grabs a small metal dimple on the belly of the dome's curve, hanging on for dear life, feet kicking wildly over the abyss.
Oh, the scales are tipped. Blindfold torn from lady's eyes. Justice will be served.
The rusting metal bulge starts to tear and break.
Oh, you're a man after my own heart, son.
The metal breaks free.
See you in hell.
Two-Face's hands tear through the rust. He falls. Dick's hand grabs him. Wider. Dick hoists him to safety.
No. I'd rather see you in jail.
Oh, very good. The bat is taught you well. Noble.
Two-Face spins, a gun suddenly in his hand, pressing now into the flesh between Dick's eyes.
Stupid, but noble.
Two-Face cocks the trigger. Interior cylinder, immense, empty, just the crashing surf and rocks below. Batman looks up. The ceiling is a giant steel grate flush with the sides of the cylinder. Batman loads a batarang into his launcher, fires. The batarang flies high, secures purchase on the grate. Batman attaches the cable to the winch on his belt, begins rising fast. The grate bolts explode, causing the giant grate to fall towards Batman. Batman twirls on the rope so he is rising upside down, his feet racing toward the plummeting grate. He hits a switch on his utility belt. Thrusters on his new bat suit rocket him feet first towards the descending grate. Impact. The grate flips like a pie pan. Batman lets go of the wire, cutting his thrusters and tumbling in midair so his hands now extend before him. He grabs one of the steel girders in the darkness overhead. Batman hangs, watching the now dislodged grate fall to the watery depth below. A beat. He hoists himself onto a steel platform to face interior Riddler's control room. The Riddler sits across the room in his throne, a huge antenna shooting up into the night sky behind him through a round hole in the dome. A large ring of green neon encircles him, feeding him more and more brain power.
Welcome to my parlor, said the Riddler to the bat. How's tricks?
No more tricks, Edward. Release Chase and Dick. This is between you and me.
Two-Face steps up from behind the Riddler.
And me. And me.
Of course, the box does more than enhance neural energy. You've been sucking Gotham's A brainwaves.
And now it's new, improved, better than ever.
Screens close, endless schematics of flickering brains.
The jolt I felt on the beam at your party. You've devised a way to map the human brain, to read men's minds.
Oh, Bruce, you are clever. How fitting that numbers lead you to me. For numbers will crown me king. My box will sit on countless TVs around the globe, mapping brains, giving me credit card numbers, bank codes, safe combinations, numbers of infidelities, of crimes, of lies told. No secret is safe from my watchful electronic eye. I will rule the planet, for if knowledge is power, then tremble world, Edward Nigma has become a god. Was that too over the top? I can never tell. By the way, B-Man, I got your number.
Screens close, form a towering picture of Batman. Other screens close, form a towering picture of Bruce. The images collide, forming a half Bruce, half Batman.
I've seen your mind. Yours is the greatest riddle of all. Can Bruce Wayne and Batman ever truly coexist? Stop me if I'm wrong here.
Batman remains stoic, but the Riddler is right on.
Let's help you decide once and for all who you really are. Behind curtain number 1.
A curtain rises, Chase in a cylinder, bound unconscious.
The captivating Dr. Chase Meridian, love of Bruce Wayne's life. Behind curtain number 2.
Another curtain reveals Dick in similar peril.
Man's one and only partner. Below, my personal favorite.
Doors, beneath Chase and Dick open wide, angled down to the jagged rocks and crashing surf below.
A watery grave.
A button, close, shaped like a glowing green skull.
Simple touch, and 5 seconds later, these two day players are so much gull feed on the rocks below. Not enough time to save them both. So who will it be? Bruce's love? Batman's partner? You decide. Is this fun or what?
Edward, you've become a monster.
You flatter me. No monster, just the Riddler. And here's yours. What is without taste or sound, all around, but can't be found? On your mark, get set.
The Riddler reaches for the button. Batman steps forward. Angle from the water below. The floor between where Batman stands and the Riddler's throne platform is translucent, a hologram masking a tremendous gap. Batman is about to step into an abyss. Batman stops short, looks up at Riddler.
Death. Death, without taste, sound, and all around us. Because there's no way for me to save them or myself. This is one giant death trap.
Excellent. See? Who says a guy in a rubber suit can't be smart? Well, it's been grand. Sorry you all have to die now.
Riddler touches the skull button. A screech. Batman looks up. High above the Riddler's antenna, a giant monarch bat glides across the night. The bat close. Batman close. No fear. A moment of communion.
Wait, I have a riddle for you.
For me? Really? Tell me.
I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight. What am I?
Oh, please. You're blind as a bat.
Exactly.
Batman slams his utility belt, releasing a high-energy batarang, which he hurls at the Riddler's huge antenna. The batarang smashes into the Riddler's antenna, a tremendous explosion of sparks as the transceiver short circuits.
No!
The room goes pitch black. Riddler's finger close hits the skull button. Dick and Chase drop, plummet through space. Batman close. Two metal lids shut over Batman's eyes. Batman's POV inside the mask. Small sonar screens on the back of Batman's eyepieces reveal the phantom floor and the wild crisscross of interconnected steel beams and the crashing ocean below. Batman throws another batarang, which lassos a beam overhead, swings forward, grabbing a falling Chase as he passes, depositing her on a steel platform. Batman POV, sonar screens. Dick drops to certain death. Batman dives towards the sea below as he whips another batarang around a passing girder. He catches Dick just above the rocks precisely as the bat rope pulls taut, using the bat winch to shoot them back up to the platform. Batman POV, sonar screens. As he rests Dick on the platform beside Chase, suddenly his world flares a blinding white. Two-Face stands on the platform before him, a halogen light strapped around his head, blinding Batman's sensors. Two-Face brandishes his gun.
All those heroics for nothing. No more riddles, no more curtains 1 and 2, just plain old curtains.
He cocks the trigger.
Haven't you forgotten something, Harvey? You're always of two minds about everything.
The handsome side of Harvey's face turns towards them.
So often the enemy of true justice. Thank you, Bruce. You've always been a good friend.
He takes out his famous coin and flips it. Batman starts to reach for his utility belt to outsmart Two-Face, but as the coin flies high up in the air, it comes down just a hair too far away.
No!
As Two-Face reaches out to catch it, he loses his balance and falls to the rock and angry sea below.
Help, Chase. I'll be back.
Did Two-Face call him Bruce?
Of course not.
Batman starts scaling girders, pulls himself back into interior Riddler's control room. The lights are still down, but the antenna's functioning again. The Riddler in his throne absorbing pulses of neural energy. Too much. His entire head seems to distort, fluctuating in size and wavering.
Why can't I kill you? Now there's a riddle. Smart enough, find a way. Too many questions. Why you and not me? Why me? Why?
Batman slams the power switch, the throne going dark. Edward close, knees drawn to his chest, pathetic, whimpering, mad. Batman looks down, his eyes sad, compassionate.
Poor Edward. I had to save them both. You see, I am Bruce Wayne and Batman, not because I have to be, now because I choose to be.
Batman reaches out to Edward. Ed jerks in fear, looks up. Edward's POV, coming towards him, not bat, but a hideous demonic giant bat. Edward close, screams. Exterior, Arkham Asylum, night. Another stormy night. Interior, maximum security wing. Dr. Burton walks the corridors with Dr. Chase.
Edward Nigma has been screaming for hours that he knows the true identity of Batman.
They reach Edward's cell. Their POV, interior padded cell, lit only by the moon. Chase speaks through the small barred set into the heavy door.
Edward?
Who is it?
It's Dr. Meridian. Chase, do you remember me?
How could I forget?
Dr. Burton tells me you know who Batman is.
Yes, I know.
Chase and Burton look at each other on edge.
Who is the Batman, Edward?
Can't tell if you don't say please.
You're right, Edward. I didn't mean to be impolite. Please.
No response, just giggles.
Edward, please. Who is Batman?
A beat. Suddenly, a huge silhouette of a bat appears on the padded wall. Into it leaps Edward, the sleeves of his straitjacket madly flapping like the wings of a bat.
I'm Batman.
Exterior Arkham Asylum night. Chase comes down the front steps to find Alfred waiting with the rolls, holding the rear door open.
Alfred?
Mr. Wayne sent me to pick you up.
Interior rolls moving. Alfred drives out the front gates of Arkham Asylum.
Where's Bruce?
He asked me to convey his deepest apologies, Dr. Meridian, but he wanted me to give you this.
Alfred hands her a small wicker figure, the dream doll.
He said to thank you and to tell you he no longer needs it.
She notices the bat signal in the night sky.
Does it ever end, Alfred?
No, miss. Not in this lifetime.
Chase looks out the car window. In the distance, the shape of the bat shimmers against the clouds. Zoom into the bat signal, filling the screen. Pan down. Exterior, top of skyscraper, night. Batman stands on the edge of the gargoyled building, a lone silhouette keeping vigil over the city. Then another figure steps up into frame, taking his place behind Batman, their capes billow in the city wind. Now there are two guardians of the night, Batman and Robin. Beware. Fade to black. The end.
Woo! Well, that was amazing. Thank you to anyone who just witnessed this amazingness. And good night.